Welcome to the Lost Tartarian manuscripts. What you're about to see isn't just ancient text. It's powerful knowledge long hidden and now ready to be revealed. These manuscripts contain the deepest secrets the Tartarians used to master their thoughts, emotions, and energy, and ultimately reality itself teaching us how to do the same. Each symbol and word on these pages was crafted by minds that understood the deeper forces of life, the power of air, water, earth, and fire. Our team has translated these manuscripts so that for the first time this knowledge can be shared with the world. Over the next 100 parts, you'll learn step-by-step methods to harness your mind, control your emotions, and tap into the forces that shape reality. This knowledge is not just ancient, it's practical, powerful, and ready for you to use. So let's begin. To the Tartarians, thought was more than a function of the mind. It was a force, a principle, a presence with its own essence and substance. Thought was not something that happened within, it was something that happened through. Like air, thought is unseen, but it fills, it moves, it expands. And yet, it obeys laws deeper than the visible, carrying frequencies beyond sound and color, currents that touch and alter all things. The first key to understanding thought as the Tartarians did is this: thought is alive. Each thought you hold is like a being vibrating in and out of existence, creating echoes beyond the physical. They knew that our minds are not containers of thought, but vessels for these living energies, these currents of air that flow in and around us, binding us to a realm unseen, but deeply felt. To shape thought was to engage in something holy, something resonant with the fabric of existence itself. In their teachings, the Tartarians didn't aim to control thought in the way we might think of control. For them, thought control meant communion, an understanding that thoughts breathe just as we do, that they need space, attention, even reverence. This is why they never silenced their minds, but instead brought thoughts into alignment with higher vibrations, elevating them beyond what is common. The first principle they practiced is thought as breath. They understood that each breath is like the brush of air on an ancient instrument, tuning thoughts to the music of the soul. Each inhale, each exhale is a movement of air that draws thought from a formless state into shape, and from shape into form. In their meditation, they didn't focus on thought, but breathed it into existence with purity, shaping it into something close to a soundless word, a silent expression. The goal wasn't clarity, but purity, a process of drawing thought out of shadow into light, stripping it of impurity until it vibrated as a perfect tone in the inner ear. The second principle is thought as element. Thoughts weren't viewed as disconnected or singular, but as interwoven with the elements. They knew each thought was linked to all things, like strands of energy binding each moment to the next. When they thought of the element of air, they saw it not merely as movement, but as a bridge connecting the individual with the universal. Each thought was an expression of this element, taking its form and shape from the larger currents of life itself. In thinking, they merged with the air of the universe, allowing their minds to drift and settle like clouds, taking shape across an endless sky. The thought was not isolated, it was woven into the fabric of all creation. And finally, thought as vibration. The Tartarians practiced a form of mental resonance, understanding that each thought vibrates not only within the mind but reverberates outward, connecting with other vibrations across time and space. They saw every thought as an offering, vibrating outward, drawing similar energies and attracting like-minded patterns. This was the ultimate alignment, to bring thought into resonance with what is beyond comprehension, an invitation for thought to transcend into its own pure state of being. They understood that every thought echoes beyond, stirring the very air of reality. Thoughts were not meant to control. They were meant to be awakened, to find their place in the great field of consciousness. To think, truly, was to connect, to bind, to weave. Thought was breath, was life, was air itself, uniting the visible with the invisible. These are the Tartarian teachings on thought, a mystery revealed not to be controlled, but to be revered. Thoughts are the life of the unseen, breathed into being, joining us to something infinite. Type yes in the comments if you are ready for part 2 in this incredible deep dive. And if you want to hear the life-changing Tartarian sounds they used on a daily basis, then click on the link in the description.
What's up, pups? How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, Jim? What's up, Asset? Academic, Mr. Monty Fontaine, what's happening? What's up, Data Dev? Zatu, what's going on? What's up, Wisher? Oh, what's going on over here? Always nice to start with a little malfunction. Hope you guys can hear me all right. What's going on? What's up, Deerslayer? Good to see you, man. What's up, Pulse MP? How you doing? What's up, Van? What's up, Mike? Edmonton. What's happening, Mosquito? Yeah, spring is here, man. Time for prices to go up. What's up, tech dude? What's up, one day at a time? What's going on? Rapid Unbox, good to see you. Bacon sandwich. Charles Fox, what's happening? What's up, Hans? How you doing, Tam Tam? What's up, Wookie? How's it going? What's up, Surfer Coin? What's up, Flywheel? Chaztown, how you doing? Get a little howl. Smash the like button, everybody. Good to see everybody. Really good to see everyone. Oh, man. It's going to be a fun stream. It's going to be fun. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hello. I'm going to get the link out for you guys. Anybody wants to join, come on in. There's a link. You guys probably want me to drop it in the description, huh? What's up, King J? What's up, Misfit? Hungry for blood. What's up, Frenek? What's going on, man? What's up, T Bizzle? What's up, GIG? What you doing? Let's go on. Yeah. All right. Get this going. Yo, what's up, Execute? What's up, Moonmutt? Check out Baron on PulseChain. What's that? What's up, Crypto Arty? Happy Palm Sunday. Easter's next week. Yup. What's going on, Auntie? Nice to meet you. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. What's this? Oh, hang on one second. Let me get this out. I'm gonna put the stream link in the Telegram as well. Drop it in there, one sec. Nice, nice. All right, let's get it. See what's going on. All right, this is really funny. It's great because I think we're going to get some bullish action this week. I think we're getting ready for it. I mean, we're really oversold. And then this video came up, which I thought was a trip. Check this out. I think really the bull is back.
Nossa Senhora.
Look at this thing. Wait for it.
Meu Deus! Ah, tudo que eu precisava.
Look at this car.
Toma no cu! Olha isso!
Poor lady. That's it, man.
Como eu vou explicar que touro pulou no meu carro?
How can I explain that a bull jumped on my car? It's awesome. The bull is back. Watch this one more time.
Nossa Senhora.
Look at this thing. What the hell is it doing?
Meu Deus! Ah, tudo que eu precisava.
What if that's Floripa? Looks like Floripa by the airport, actually. What's up, Jim Cork? What's up, Graf? Yeah, we'll look at that chart. What's up, Richard's only brother? How you doing? Everybody smash the like button. You know what I need to get here? I need to get a little bit of find me some music. The bull is back. Liberation Day happened. We've all been liberated. It's been really good. So this guy's got an interesting take. He's talking a little bit about how everybody's this fight between China and America and how really, you know, we kind of did it to ourselves. It's kind of an interesting take.
We thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnant wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flag wave probably made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed you lies while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Damn. That's coming from the Chinese. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. He has a point. He has a point. China did take a lot of that money and lifted people out of poverty. What they've done in the last 20 years since, 2020 has been unbelievable. Nothing short of incredible what they've done. They built a middle class. They've transformed their cities, their country, the lives of over 1 billion people. And all we've done since the 2020s is we've destroyed the middle class, we've destroyed wages, we've destroyed the currency, and we've made people, the wealth gap, and I just saw a chart for this, and I didn't save it, but the wealth gap now is equivalent to what it was in the 1920s. And actually, they were showing that the wealth gap now is equivalent to what it was during the French Revolution, just to give you an idea of how rich the rich are. It's not even that we've lost sight on poor. We don't think we're poor. But actually, when you compare to how rich people actually are, we're incredibly poor. That's how wide this gap is, and it's increasing every second of every day. It's quite unbelievable. So here's a point. We've definitely done things wrong. And we could have done it a lot better, for sure. Tam, when's the conference? I didn't know. I thought the conference just happened. PulseChain conference. The one in Vegas? What is this? There we go. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, smash the like buttons. What's up, pups? How you doing? Great night. Good to see you. Been a second. Mantra Om Rugged. Okay, wait to look at that. I don't even know what that is, but yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that for sure. This is for the ladies. A lot of ladies were saying, where's the men? There you go. There's Tom Cruise with his shirt off. So go ahead, ladies out there. You can smash the like button. Man, still looks pretty much exactly the same as he did in 1985. He's hosting, RH Max is hosting on stream. Oh, I never heard of that. I don't think I've been invited, Tam, but thank you. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. Let's see here. Now, this looks like it's going to end really well. Apparently, they've created a bunch of mosquitoes and released them in Florida recently. So, and there's numbers on them. This fucking shit's crazy. $36. How do you number mosquitoes? Almost 1 billion genetically modified mosquitoes to be released in Florida. This is going to end really well. I feel like I've seen this movie before. Yeah. You guys are there in Florida. Let me know how this works out. Maybe it works out good. Maybe this is the first time in history we tamper with nature and it just absolutely works out in a brilliant way for our benefit and we don't get stung by mosquitoes anymore. That'd be great. You just sign up? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I got a good feeling about that week too because I think the FOMC is on the 7th of May. My birthday is on the 8th of May. 5/5 is a lucky number. I think things are going to get really going around then, hopefully. Or the opposite. We'll see. All right, you guys got to watch this movie. A little bit about BlackRock. I want you guys first to notice the Black Rock, which symbolizes Saturn and the energy of Saturn, also used in Islam and Judaism. It is an extraordinary symbol. And certainly, I don't think it's a good one. And nothing against religions or BlackRock or anything. But we are under the spell of Saturn energy. That is what the age we're in, that is what Earth has over it right now. So it's interesting that they chose the name BlackRock. Very fitting, very interesting. But check this out.
Company and Larry Fink hold such power. Why is it that you have not heard of them more? There is power in anonymity. If BlackRock is barely featured in print publications and news channels, it is because they want it to be so. If they wanted, they could feature every day. BlackRock currently owns 18% of Fox, 16% of CBS, and 13% of Comcast, which in turn owns NBC, MSNBC, and Sky. If any of those companies wanted to make a decision, they would have to also consult with BlackRock before doing so. The same is true for Google, a tech giant currently worth $853 billion. Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter are also not exempt. And neither is Disney. Thanks to their incredibly diverse investment portfolio in media alone, BlackRock essentially owns 90% of the world's media. If you don't know about them, it's because they don't want you to. Why? Owning a portion of the world doesn't come without its share of scandal or conflict. In 2020, BlackRock became the first foreign company to be allowed into China's mutual fund industry, which means they can now invest and own parts of Chinese companies, including ones that are blacklisted by the United States. One of the first investments made by BlackRock was in Hikvision, a security and communications firm that essentially makes facial recognition software for use by the Chinese government. But this money isn't just BlackRock's or Larry Fink's. It comes from pension funds and bank accounts of ordinary civilians who have unknowingly given money to BlackRock in the past. If we take into account BlackRock's ownership over Western media, banks, e-commerce stores, social media, food and beverages, and many, many more industries, it becomes evident that the company has a wealth of data on us. They may do with it what they please. TikTok's data harvesting pales in comparison to what BlackRock is capable of, given how they have everything from our bank account numbers to our personal tastes and preferences. As BlackRock's investment in China grows, so will China's influence on the world. And our personal data, which was hanging on a thread to begin with, will quickly end up in the wrong hands. With the trajectory BlackRock has been on, it's
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So you're saying the folded cross in Christianity is also a cube? Yeah. So it's permeated everywhere because we're ruled by this thing. We'll do a deep dive on Saturn and the black cube symbolism in another video when things are chill. King J, your sister's birthday is May 8th. Cool. Right on. I love it. Love it. May people are cool. I like May people. Richard Hart did buy BlackRock, didn't he? The Black Diamond. Mastastico, what's happening, man? Good to see you. It's called the Ben Stowe. James B, I don't think you can type that, brother. YouTube automatically AI censored that, just so you know. Let's see where we got to go here. Let's keep moving. Okay. This is, we're going to look at a post that was made today, I think by Tam Tam. And first I want to play you guys this video, okay? Richard Hart gives away, this is from Matrix Mischief. Shout out to you, sir. He says, Richard Hart gives away free coins that did a 10,000x for BTC holders, writes a self-help book to help level up people, spends thousands of hours on camera teaching and warning you, raises $27 million for medical research, builds an entire DeFi ecosystem from scratch, no VC, puppets, no middlemen, eliminates inefficiencies and empowers the little guy, actually wants the world to be a better place, advocates for free speech, free minds, and financial freedom. He's a scammer and hates you and just wants to steal your money. All right, well, let's check out this video we put together.
Every single day. So why do I mention this to you guys? If we can get cryptocurrency to be fully adopted, then the government won't be able to go to war with the money that they steal from the citizens. Every single day, the government steals your money. Not by stealing the units of the money, but by stealing the purchasing power of the money. So you've got the same units, but your units don't buy anything because no one needs your money, because the government's got the printing press in the back printing all day, every day, and it goes to their friends, not you. So their buddies are getting all that fresh new money hot off the printer before the inflation's hit. It's called the Cantillon effect. And then you get it last. And so a funny saying I saw on Twitter was, you got an $1,100 stimulus check, they got $20 trillion and gave it to their friends, and now you're stuck with the inflation. So you got $1,100, their friends got $4 trillion.
Yeah.
Or really 20 trillion, some huge number of trillion.
Yeah.
And now you've got all-time high prices.
The government doesn't produce anything. They don't make anything. They just take your money and give it to other people. That's all they do. They don't farm. They don't build cars. They don't build planes. They don't build sodas. They don't make paint. All they do is take your money and give it to other people. And so the more human beings in the society that get sucked into the machine of redistributing other people's wealth, the less people there are left to bear the load of actually doing the work of making the world a better place. They're not healthy. They're not good. And it's how you end up with the highest rate of incarceration in the history of mankind. So do you really have the rights you're not willing to fight for? Probably not. So you got to fight for these rights. And it's just tragic because so few people have the funding or the ability to stand up to the blowback to fight for your rights. I mean, when the ex-president of the United States is having lawfare used against him so that he can't run for office? That's what they do in the third world. The people in power use the executive branch and the police to make it so that no one can run against them, so they just keep winning. That's not good for democracy, guys. It's really not. You're supposed to have free and fair elections where people are allowed to choose between different parties, and you're not supposed to, once again, this is just like prior restraint. You're not supposed to, before they can run, make sure they can't run, because how can you have a fair election when the people that you want to unelect are in control of who gets to run against them? It doesn't make sense. And then, if you give the government this power that they shouldn't have, at some point you'll get a bad team in charge, and that bad team will abuse that power. And so traditionally, the founding fathers figured it out, that there should be checks and balances. You shouldn't just rely on one person being good for everything to work out. You should assume that occasionally someone's going to suck, some bad guy's going to get power, and you should have a checks and balance. So, the legislative branch is supposed to write the law, the executive branch is supposed to execute it, the judicial branch is supposed to, be in the middle, making sure that everything works right between the two. Right now, the administrative state, a fourth branch of government that's not supposed to exist, of unelected bureaucrats, is writing all the laws, encumbering millions of people with regulations, and there's no counterplay. Your counterplay is to sue them in court and get them declared arbitrary and capricious.
I try to save you. I try to save your people. You don't listen, so now you're wrecked. Now, a lot of people message me and say, Richard, there's a time and a place for saying I told you so. Yeah, you know when that time and place is? Now, today. Because a lot of you guys that are watching the stream right now, you guys are still at risk because you won't listen. You give your private keys to other people. You give your private keys to people that say they're going to give you yield. You give your private keys to people that say, give us all your money and we'll give you a little bit of return. And then you hope and you beg and you pray, please let me get my principal back. And please let me get a little bit of yield, please. Even though these guys run off with all the money. A lot of you people watching right now are going to lose millions of more dollars because you avoid the wonderful advice that I give you for free. Not your keys, not your coins. You got admin keys, you're going to get wrecked. It's that simple. It's that easy. Cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of counterparty risk. You are injecting counterparty risk by giving other people your keys. If you're giving other people your Bitcoin for yield, you can lose your money. We've got trustless systems now that remove the need for trust. Use them. This is what Bitcoin was invented for.
Bunch of poser punk losers out there, not even doing a quarter of what I'm doing in this world. Show respect. Show respect. And send your people to me so that I can save them, because you guys aren't doing it. Send your heroes here to die, and send your people here to thrive. Because I'm winning the game. I'm winning it. And I'm winning it with a big old team of people. We're a community. We're a family. We get stuff done together. I mean, I'm impressed with what the Hexicans build on the regular. I see cool stuff all the time. I love it. I mean, they're awesome. Awesome, awesome people. Best community I've been part of.
What do you think? By the way, that was a guy named Richard Hart. He created a DeFi project called Hex that you stake and get yield, and it's down right now. It's a good buy. And he also created a new network called PulseChain. You guys should check it out if you haven't heard of him. Richard Hart. Very interesting guy. And shout out to Matrix Mischief, by the way. Let's go ahead and repost that.
So why don't I mention this to you guys?
Matrix Mischief.
If we can get
Matrix
cryptocurrency
Mischief?
to be full.
Did he make that? Cut that. He says, orange. Wait, why is it all cut off? Okay, here you go. Orange override reality like a boss. I override. Got it. Control, believe. 21. I speak my mind. View more. How do you? There's no more. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, the numbers guy, Gary.
You know.
He's cool. That's an interesting dude.
This from any doctor out there. It's not the food you're eating. It's not the probiotics. It's not the macrobiotics. It's energetic. The reason why you can't heal your gut is because of energy.
Cool. Good stuff. Oh, he's into wolves. I like this guy. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's good in my book. Richard Hart. So check this out. No, not this. Not this. Hang on, pups. All right. So Tam Tam posted this today. Oh, by the way, the joy is almost down to 0. Okay, we're going to look at that right now. You listen to RH, therefore I'm wrecked. What's up, Stefan? How you doing, man? Ricardo needs to get us some green candles. That's true. Green candles will come. Green candles are coming. PulseChain altcoin. Abdoul is blocking people from your Telegram groups. No, I don't think that's possible. PulseChain altcoin talk. He's not a admin. But Deerslayer is an admin. Deerslayer, you out there? You blocking more people? Deerslayer loves it. He loves blocking people. So make sure you guys are on your best behavior. No, but I think from our Telegram group, which is at St. Wolf Vision, you guys should come check it out. I think there's only been 2 people that have been banned from there, 2 people, and they were given multiple chances. Multiple. I'm all about redemption, and they just couldn't even cut the mustard. So only 2 people have been blocked out of there. So I don't know. Let me know some details, or you can message Deerslayer, or yeah, he hasn't blocked anybody. He'll tell me if he blocked somebody. No one's been blocked. Let him know what issue you're having. Sometimes there are some weird issues, so just let him know. Probably fix it up, man. Hex will be the. So Tam Tam says Hex will be the top. Can you guys read this? Hang on, it's really tiny in it. Let me get this a little bigger for you. Okay. It says, where'd this go? A little bit of mood there. All right, Hex will be the top performing asset on both PulseChain and Ethereum. That's not a hope. It's a fact in the making. She says it's going to dominate everything else for decades. Nothing comes close to its design, game theory, or long-term potential. The OA staking the majority of the supply wasn't just a signal. It was a line in the sand. If people don't understand what that means yet, they will when Hex forces the entire market to pay attention. Mark my words, Hex will win a Nobel Prize, and I'm fully committed to doing my part to make sure Richard Hart gets the recognition he deserves. So that's really interesting. Now, she was responding to somebody in that, but I just wanted to go off this. Now, I totally agree with her that it's going to dominate everything for decades. It's going to be a destination, even as competition arises. There's no doubt about that. Now, one thing I did message her back, because she said the OA staking the majority of the supply wasn't just a signal, it's a line in the sand. If people don't understand what that means yet, they will when Hex forces the entire market to pay attention. So I was curious what her train of thought was there. So I wrote back, I said, I'm interested. Tell me why and how the XOA staking the majority of the supply was a line in the sand. And a lot of people chimed in, actually, so it's really interesting. Let's read what they said, because actually a lot of people have asked me this as well. Now that the majority of the Hex supply, this is Tam Tam replying to my question, it says, now that the majority of the Hex supply is flowing into the OA, an entity that has never sold, Hex is on track to become incredibly scarce. Okay, that's true. Richard Hart told us from the beginning, the only thing that will become more rare than Hex itself will be a T-share. And now we're watching that prophecy unfold. He built Hex with the intention of making it the best performing asset the world has ever seen, and I believe him. He's not just here to make noise, he's aiming for the Nobel Prize, and his actions have made that goal unmistakably clear. What is more worthy than freeing human beings from financial poverty by monetizing time itself? I guess I have the new question. How would he be eligible for a Nobel Prize? I guess would be my next question on this. But Gary Woods said, I'm curious, what is the reason for inflation at all? It's an ERC20, PRC20. Super low inflation or no inflation at all with 95% held by never seller now has basically the same characteristics for marketing. Marketing a token that has deflation, PulseX, 10% APY inflation on Pulse, or extremely low inflation for Hex are all narratives promoting utility or rare supply. How outsiders views the narrative is reflected in charts. It's true. Static supply, pump tires tokens are just as marketable. It's just the most effective at inspiring buyers that matters. Okay. I think he's saying, okay. The story of PDI has proven that even a free seller able to inflate supply is supported by effective marketing. All right. Tam Tam says, I truly believe all RH assets are going to perform exceptionally well. At the end of the day, it's less about choosing the right one and more about aligning with your personal preferences, because thanks to Hart's law, they tend to move together anyway. As the OA continues absorbing supply through buying, yield, and early end stake penalties, scarcity across the ecosystem only increases, and as supply shrinks, demand grows. It's basic economics. Supply shrinking, you do need demand to grow, for sure. Supply and demand, agree. It's rare. The rarer they become, the more valuable and desired they'll be. That's the beauty of the design. All roads lead to appreciation. Now, I didn't get to chime in. I was obviously starting a stream, but I would say that rarity is not connected to value. A rare thing can be valuable, but a rare thing does not make value at all. If I paint something, it's rare, but doesn't make it valuable. You do need demand. Even if it's perceived demand or real demand, it doesn't matter. Economics does require that element of the curve, or that element of the equation to be there as well. So if I painted something, it's rare, it's worthless. If I have a marketing team that promoted it, maybe it gets value and it can go up. So you need demand. You need rarity, supply, which is supply, and then you need demand. Absolutely. Whale's only been saying this for years. Oh, we got a guest. Pedro chimed in. Pedro says, at the end of the day, it's a trade-off between the most gains percent and the less slippage, liquidity. What will the market most likely buy first? New is always better, or 5 years worth of history? Yeah, that's a good point too. What's up, Crypto Princess? How you doing? Hang on one sec. Let me bring you in here. Give me one sec. Yeah. And you're live. What's going on? Good to see you, by the way.
It's good to see you as well. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, same old, buried in charts.
That's good. I love the charts. That's where we find happiness.
That's where we find happiness. I like your attitude. I love it.
Yeah.
10 years in crypto later, we got to do like a before and after picture for you, like multiple cycles.
All grey haired and everything.
Yeah.
With lines and everything.
Oh, actually, I don't think they saw you. Hang on. Okay, there you are. Sorry about that, Puffs.
Okay, awesome.
No, but they could hear you. But I don't think they could.
Oh, okay.
There's too many buttons.
Bless.
We're going to look at the charts in a minute. I'm reading this. Were you catching up where we were talking about here?
I've actually just come back.
Okay.
So I haven't heard anything, so I do apologize.
Oh,
but
no
carry
problem.
on.
Yeah, no problem. So this guy, your friend Tuco, says, what did he say here? A high hex price on PulseChain contrasted with a lower price on Ethereum offers compelling advantages for the PulseChain ecosystem. Here are 4 key reasons why this dynamic is beneficial. A high on PulseChain contrasted with lower price. Well, he's talking about EX versus PX. We'll come back to that. That's cool. The no until it happens. It's only a matter of time. A lot of people just... Okay, so Elysium says, I believe the OA staking and making Hex equally desirable on both chains is the 4D chess move few have realized yet. Getting eHex highly valued enables many more options over time. Example, eHex stablecoin pinned to $1. We have Hex on PulseChain for staking, obviously, so it's fascinating how it's going to play out. I have roughly equally amounts of both staked very long. However, at these ratios, I'll buy eHex all day. Getting eHex highly valued enables many more options over time. Okay. Yeah, there's probably a lot, you know, we could do a full stream on talking about all these possible game theories, you know. Hex was built different mathematically, says Baron on Pulse, economically and strategically. The design speaks for itself. The OA staking was never about hype. It's a message. Long-term vision wins. Nobel Prize is not far-fetched. This is how financial systems are written. Cool, man. Got a lot of bullish people. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. What's up, Puffs? Georgie, you want to join the stream? Link is in the Telegram if you guys want to join. Actually, anybody wants to join. We had a lot of bandwidth tonight. Do TA on mantra? Okay. Let me do this pDAI thing, and then we'll go look at this rug pull you guys are talking about. Is the music too loud, by the way? Let me know if it's too loud.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Great. Oh, Shannon says, great to see you two together again. Well, great. Yeah.
Shannon's my little baby.
Yeah?
I've got a few now.
You got a few now,
she's
right?
my little pup.
You got some pups?
I've got some pups.
Hey, Georgie, you missed it. I showed Tom Cruise with his shirt off earlier, okay? And I had it up there for the ladies. You missed it. You're going to go back. I'm not putting naked Tom Cruise up there again. All right. Okay, so Sir Nathan Dog, he says, the most compelling evidence suggesting PulseChain insiders are behind pDAI is a mint transaction that occurred before the PulseChain mainnet launch. This transaction took place when only internal developers could execute transactions, as the network was not accessible to the public. To date, there's no clear explanation for how this could have happened without insider involvement. Okay, that's true. A mint transaction did occur before the mainnet launched, and it was obviously done by somebody on the inside. There's no doubt about that. Let's see what he puts up. The mainnet launched on May 13th, 2023, not on May 12th. On May 12th, the network was not live for public transactions, including minting, as it was still in the pre-launch phase. There's no evidence suggesting non-insider developers had special access to perform mint transactions before the official launch. Once the mainnet went live on May 13th, anyone with a compatible wallet like MetaMask could interact with the network, including minting tokens, assuming they had necessary technical know-how and funds for gas fees and Pulse. Insider status wasn't required post-launch, but on May 12th specifically, minting was impossible for anyone. That's true. Yeah. And there it is. You like brains? So let's see. Yeah, you guys check it out. This is a gentleman named Files Dirty. There you go. You guys go check that out. We got a little bit more pDAI news. Actually, let me see. Maybe Tom Cruise is still up here. You guys can see him. No, I got rid of him. Well, here you go. Watch. Georgie, this girl has brains. I checked her out. She's very intelligent. She is actually a physicist from Yale, I believe it was. Yeah, and she has good manners as well. Yes, so she fits your well, she fits a lot of people's things. Okay, we need to move on here, pups. Okay, Tech Dude says 300 million pDAI minted out of thin air 2 days, May 11, 2023, before PulseChain launch. Then RH leaves an Easter egg post a couple months later about $300 million in a 2011 article that nobody wants, probably nothing. So 300 million pDAI was minted on May 11th when only the insiders had access to the chain. And then he leaves a post about $300 million of Bitcoin or something like that, whatever. Anyway, it's, I mean, $1 billion that nobody wants, millions of dollars worth of dollar coins languish in a vault at the Federal Reserve. And where's the thing about $300 million? It's not $300 million. Wait, what are you talking about? It's $1 billion. Where's the 300 million thing? Okay, here you go. You let these guys run things. They spent $300 million minting coins that nobody wants. Oh, look at that. So, dude, Somi already jumped in on this a few minutes ago. Very nice pDAI Easter egg secret. That's true, man. Look, some of this stuff's undeniable. It is what it is. Think what you want. One thing I do have to say, though, about this pDAI stuff. And hey, what's up, Effortless Crypto? How you doing? You guys, look. Everybody smash the like button. Smash the like button. Just smash it. We have 985 people watching and only 7 likes. That's not even possible mathematically. Come on. I'm no mathematician, but come on. That's ridiculous. That is not even possible. look, here's the thing with the pDAI thing. I think that whatever you want to believe is fine. Like whatever you want to believe, it's fine. But one thing I'll say for sure, that RH is a human being. And if you believe he has feelings and he's real, you have to acknowledge the fact that there was a gentleman who was part of the creative team of MakerDAO, and he might have also been behind DAI, and he was found swimming with the fish. Okay? And I think that RH, considering the situation he's in, wanted by Interpol, dealing with the SEC, dealing with this legal battle, that's no small feat at all. It must be enormously stressful, right? Not to mention his ETH bags are about $300 million underwater or whatever it is. We'll check that out, okay? So he must be sweating bullets, under a lot of stress. He was in a situation where he left his watches in a house. Watches are not someone a man leaves behind. I know all my watches, and I love them. It'd be one of the things, if I was leaving, I would take. If I had to leave my watches behind, I mean, something was very wrong, all right? They're so easy to throw in a bag, okay? And his watches are worth way more than my watches are worth. So I don't think life is all, gummy bears and roses for him right now, all right? Like, it's probably been pretty tough, all right? And if you believe he's a human being, and if you believe he might feel some fear or exhaustion or stress, then really shut the fuck up about pDAI. Like, just shut the fuck up about it in general. Like, people are still making groups and stuff together and going, yeah, this guy's behind it. This guy's behind it. Maybe he's hinting, he's not trying to tell you what to do, but at least he's maybe hinting that, hey, stop trying to connect me to this thing, because the last guy that was connected to this thing ended up swimming with the fish. And if of all the things he's got to deal with right now, that might be the last thing he wants to add to the fucking list. And you better believe these three-letter organizations and the banking cartels, they have assassin teams, man. They have people that go out there and get dirty work done for them, all right? And I'm sure that's the last thing he needs right now, on top of everything. Even if he's behind it, if he's not behind it, it doesn't matter. Just, oh man, I don't even understand why I have to say this stuff. Like, I thought it was obvious. I thought people would just hush up about it. But people are going non-stop still about it. And the guy might be really fucking scared for his life. You don't know the situation he's in right now. And if he's not scared for his life, it's just, his life's not easy right now. It's really tough. Like, give the man a break. Like, give the man a little bit of fucking, respite, where he's like, okay, cool, they get it. Because right now he's probably thinking, are these people retarded? And I'm not telling you how to think about it at all. Not at all. I'm not at all telling you what to think about it. But it may be smart to just keep it chill for a while. And I can say this live, right? Now, nobody watches this show. It's cool. You guys understand. So me short pDAI. Good. Yeah, look, it's kind of one of those things. Just don't make a thing about it. Yeah, just give the man a break, man. Give the man a break. We don't know what he's going through. We don't know the situation he's in. But if the man had to run and leave watches behind, he might be paranoid for his life. You don't know. And this probably doesn't make it easier. It arms the other groups more to want to go after him, right? The fact that we're all screaming yes, this guy's behind it. He's behind it. No, man. He's obviously trying to distance himself from it. That's obvious, even if he is behind it. So, help him out a little bit. Help him out a little bit. He's done a lot, regardless of price action. The guy's got his stuff down. He's gotten a lot of stuff done, under these circumstances. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys should get it, man. You guys are smarter than that, man. You're still forming your groups and making videos yelling he's behind it. It's ridiculous. Get the hint, man. Just get the hint and help him out. Maybe he just needs some breathing room. We have no idea the situation he's in or the stress he's under. We have no idea. No idea. Yeah.
Are you talking about, sorry, who are you talking about? Richard Hart?
We're talking about Richard Hart, yeah. And
well, This is it. I mean, to be fair, I don't blame him because I think we all know that there have been a lot of YouTubers and people involved in crypto who have been targeted over the last couple of years.
Yes.
Crypto King found dead,
Yeah.
and many people.
Yeah.
And then with Richard Hart, bless him, with the ego thing as well, he did say, look, I'm worth a lot of money, my watches, he's got a diamond, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Of course, people don't want that. So this is it. It's like when you find gold in your back garden, don't tell anyone.
Yeah. So
But it's pretty obvious for somebody who's found two very successful projects. It's pretty obvious how much money he would have. So I'm not surprised people go after him.
yeah.
I'm not surprised he's feeling a little bit concerned being.
Yeah. And if it's not the banks
It's
and the
very
Illuminati
normal
and the
for
three-letter
that.
agencies, you're absolutely right. It could just be the guy around the corner who recognizes him. I mean, he's constantly got to worry about his life, constantly. And then you guys are out there putting groups together and making videos, still screaming that this man is behind this coin. And he's hinting over and over, just at least don't talk about it anymore. I don't know what's so hard about that. I'm not saying don't buy it or buy it. Just fucking stop talking about it. Stop connecting him to it. Really, that's what I'm saying. You know. I mean, he made tweet after tweet. I get the hint. I don't know why you guys didn't get it, and you get it, Crypto Princess. I mean, obviously you understand it.
I definitely do I mean, because on my channel as well, I also interview crypto YouTubers. Many YouTubers have been recognized, and people do recognize them. And obviously for them, it's been a really good experience. But when you get higher up the chain and you actually have what other people want, it can be very nerve-wracking. So I do understand that.
Yeah, 100%. You know, just don't connect him to it. At least, just stop putting him in the same conversation with it. All right, and that's the least you can do out there. I know people are excited about it. Some people hate it, some love it, but just don't connect him to it. I think at least that's what he's hoping we get out of it. You know, wallet watching. What's up, Kathy? Welcome to the live stream. Crypto 7, man. Good to see you. Great to see you, man. Look, I put a link in the Telegram. If you guys want to come, I'll drop it in here really quick as well. If anybody wants to join. We're going to look at charts, though, so it's about to get really exciting. I guess we can start. Somebody was saying something rug pulled. Oh, that looks like it's about to rug pull. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go look.
So sorry, I've got to put my phone on charging.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, we're chill. Don't worry about it. Why is everything acting weird today? Oh, there we go. Okay. Did you guys said mantra DAO? Guys, I've never seen, I don't know what this is you guys are talking about, so you gotta help me find it here. Mantra DAO? No, you guys, this thing, Ohm? Is that what you guys talking about? This thing? OM? That didn't shit the bed. Nah, it's at support. What's wrong with that? Everything's in a bear market right now, so I mean, what do you expect? No, it's right, landed right on support. What's the problem?
just for people who don't understand, or maybe rug pull might be a terminology that they don't quite get.
Oh, it did rug pull. There's no liquidity. Before you were about to say.
Yeah. So when a rug pull happens, when the people who found the coin, they abruptly, normally what they do is they run it up. They run it up with all the hype and the marketing, blah, blah, blah. And then they abruptly, very suddenly pull all the liquidity out of the project. That's a rug pull. Sometimes we do have natural market movements, but it doesn't always have to be a rug pull.
Oh, okay, this isn't the one. Okay, this one only has $300 liquidity and $2.8 million market cap. So, I mean, this is not very good either. And maybe this is the copy. So maybe, maybe they rug pulled both. Hang on. Let's call it OM. OM. It's on ETH. Okay. Let's go to the ETH one. Oh, shit. Okay. Maybe this is the one. Whoa. Yeah, that looks like a rug pull. 1.1 million liquidity, $400 million market cap. Oh, that's not good, man. I notice this starts happening on big projects if they know the bear market's coming. This happens every cycle because this was a big project, right? Okay, now I'm concerned. All right, I know what this project is. I know what this is. This is a Mantra DAO. Mantra chain. Is this one?
Mantra is a really big cryptocurrency. It wouldn't be that.
Would it be that? Actually, tell you what, can you look some stuff, see what you can pull up. I'm going to go here to CoinMarketCap, see if they have some news here. Mantra Fund,
Okay.
see if you can find something. They have some news on this. There should be something about it already. Nothing here. I mean, yeah, that chart's, oof. What happened? See what we can find. See if there's something on CoinMarket or on.
Obviously, it could be a hack as well.
Yes,
and
yeah.
this is one of
It's
the
on
things
here.
when you look to invest into a cryptocurrency project, it's very, very important that the team is doxed. If the team is doxed, it's more unlikely, although it's still possible that the project can rug, but it does really depend on the team. And one other thing that I will say is that if you're ever in a project and the CEO leaves of that project for whatever reason, always get out of that project, because every single project that I've been in and the CEO leaves for whatever reason, for family reasons, or he takes a different position in the project, etc., that project always goes down. I think I've ever been in a project where that has not happened.
Yeah, that's bad if the people at the top pull.
If the CEO leaves, no matter what the project is, I would seriously consider ditching it.
Yeah, chat, see if you guys can find anything. I mean, look, I don't see anything on their Twitter. We need to find out what this is, because it does matter, but conveniently things can also get hacked if teams think we're going into a bear market. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen a lot. So let's see what's going on. Abdoul CEO left. Oh boy. When did he leave? Was it like just immediately recently? They could be bailing it. No, dude, that's old news, bro. It says December 19th, 2024.
Is this Mantra the cryptocurrency that's in the top 100?
I don't know.
Because if it was that, then it's like seriously big news.
Yeah, this one's number 92. It's called Mantra OM, and it's a $500 million market cap, so it's pretty big.
Oh my God, why is it that whenever I come on here, something massive
well, it's Sunday night. It was last Sunday, right? Everything started dumping. It was,
yeah.
Right? Oh
yeah.
boy, crypto princess.
Oh
you're gonna be trouble, aren't you? I knew it. I knew it.
I'm a topping signal.
You're
like something bad's gonna happen when I come on here.
High maintenance, bringing problems with you.
Oh, I'm just terrible.
Okay, well, Bitcoin is retesting. It broke resistance and it's coming back for a retest. Looks good so far. No problems there. Chat, let me know what you find out about Mantra DAO or OM. See if we can find some information on it and we can look into it. But yeah, it does worry me.
With Octopus, I would say, sorry, I should actually make my position a little bit more clearer. When I say the CEO leaves, it's because I'm a degen investor. So I'm looking at market caps which are not, say, in the top 200 or something. If a large cryptocurrency's CEO leaves, I'm not entirely sure. For example, when Gala's CEO left, what happened to Gala? You know, all of these things. But I'm actually not really invested too much into high cap, so I'm more degen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Apart from Bitcoin, which I would never ever sell. Bitcoin Maxi.
What happens like at the end of bull runs? Really, really weird things start happening, and teams will just grab. That's why if you notice, like, oh, why aren't people holding? Experienced traders know to just get out of a project because weird things start happening. For example, there will be mysteriously a hack, but it's really an inside job. There'll be mysteriously a rug pull. Mysteriously somebody will just vanish. Mysteriously, like Andre Cronje like quit, and it was like the end of that. Phantom was like right at the end, and you just don't want to be holding anything because you don't know the project. You're like, it's fine, it's a great project, but you wake up the next day and you find out that, oh, someone on the dev team did something squirrely, but really they're just rugging the project. There'll be like a million excuses, and it'll be like project after project will just end up at zero for some weird reason. And it doesn't always make sense even, it's just, hopefully that's not what's happening and they're not sensing like, sometimes these teams have insider information too, right? That something else. So I'm looking at the charts too, because sometimes they end up timing it weirdly perfect with like something they know is coming. Satoshi left, but yeah, all the rules go out to the window when a bear market starts, and things get really weird, really fast. Local lows like Luna and FTX. Yeah, but that was the low of the bear market, right? If you're holding Luna and FTX, is that what you mean? A lot of rugs happen, Charles? Isn't that when those happen? Pink Eye devs dump too. I heard Viper saying they'll be back. Pink Eye, I don't know who that is.
So for anyone who's not aware, there's a massive difference between there's so many traders. So investing is like watching paint dry, grass grow. If you're not doing it like that, you're doing it wrong. So for people like me, I'm only an investor in Bitcoin. Now there's loads of different types of traders. So you have scalpers, which take profits on tiny price movements over a small period of time, sometimes seconds, sometimes minutes, and they can take dozens to hundreds of trades in a day. You have day traders, which always close their positions within a day. You have swing traders. They will open a position and they will close it a couple of days or a couple of weeks or even a couple of months later. And then you have position traders. Now, I'm a position trader, and I think many people are position traders in crypto because of the 4-year cycle. So what a position trader does is you will enter, for example, and I'm just taking this example out of air, you'll enter into the bear market, you'll enter at the bottoms of the bear markets, and then you will hold your position for 3 years, and then you'll sell. That's not investing. That is a position trader. And I actually think that's the best way to deal with altcoins, because obviously in a bear market, we can have what seems like fundamentally strong projects go down to zero for what seems like no reason and pretty much overnight. So in the previous bear market, the bear market of 2022, so the bear market of 2022, it started, say, from the all-time high. So the all-time high was in November 2022. The bear market hit rock bottom, or in November 2021 was the all-time high of the last market. November 2022, so a period of 12 months, was the bear market. So going down the bear market, we had so many black swan events, and for some people they were not black swan events. So for example, we had the collapse of 3 Hours Capital, Voyager, Celsius, Luna, FTX. These were massive projects. Some people thought that they were really good projects. Now, I've interviewed people who, in Celsius, this person lost $400,000, and he was explaining to me that there's some people in cryptocurrency who are not here today because of the Celsius crash.
Yeah, that's pretty
And then
bad.
obviously we had FTX, which was massive, and it was absolutely massive because Sam Bankman-Fried was also meeting with people in power in Washington, etc. So that was a very it's a very difficult time. It's not just degen projects that go down to zero. One thing that to also note in bear markets is that there's a massive difference between meme coins and utility coins. So with meme coins, you don't really need very much. A meme coin is literally a piece of code, a JPEG. Behind it, you've got things like marketing and hype. That's it. You don't need money to carry on and, to run a meme coin, but you do need money to run a utility coin. So with utility coins, you need expertise, you probably need premises, you need equipment, you need so many more things. When you're in a bear market and everybody's taking out all of their money, even good utility projects can go down to pretty much zero. And sometimes what you find with utility projects is that you might have a fantastic project, absolutely brilliant, but they're not very good on marketing. Maybe they're slightly nerdy. Maybe they slightly cater for people who are more educated in that sort of technology. And there really isn't a lot of people who are educated in blockchain technology because it's such a new technology and it's very, very difficult to understand. Cryptocurrency itself is very, very difficult to understand. But do know one thing, this time next year, we're going to be in a bear market. Wouldn't you agree? At least you want to sell your bags this year at some point.
I'm not, I think that
according to the 4-year cycle, naturally we're 200 days from the all-time high where it would naturally land.
Yeah, I'm kind of open to a lot of things. I mean, I so far the cycle, we don't know yet. It's still intact. We're still in a bull run. We had a high before the halving, yet, Bitcoin people it seems to go over their head that has established a break in the 4-year cycle. And they don't seem to understand like basic logic, which is they're just nutso. And they think like everything's the same. And it's like, bro, you had the high before the halving. This is very different already. It's been established that this is a unique cycle. And so I'm ready for anything, to be totally honest. If the cycle plays out like normal still, and that was just an anomaly, then hey, great. Mid-October 2025 should be technically the top of the cycle when you time it out with all the cycles. I think it's like 550 days or something. And so great if that happens. If we have a break in this cycle and we have this bear market to contend with and we start picking up in Q4 and the high comes in 2026 or 2027, hey, I'm ready for that too, If this cycle just ends abruptly and then we have a little mini bear market and we start a new cycle very early, I'm ready for that. Like who knows what they have in mind, because these people are aware of the cycles, right? And they know that you're following the cycles. And whenever I talk to professional traders, they laugh at it because they understand that, they know that you have all this information. They know what you're trading on. They know that you're trying to rely on these certain points, right? And so they're going to move the market now so it doesn't fit your schedule. You know what I mean? Just like last cycle, we had 2 highs. That had never happened before and threw everybody off, right? So now we have the high before the halving. Will there be something else that throws everybody off? I think people have to take that into accountability. And the thing that scares me, and this goes for BTC people or people who are just crazy hexagons or anybody in trading, when they have certainty, I run from those people. Whenever I hear people talk in certainties about trading, I get really concerned. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, you know what I mean? Because no markets work with certainty. If they worked like that, you wouldn't have a market. The market is designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people. And it needs to be unpredictable for it to work. And the fact that we've had cycles and they've worked 3 times in a row has been a blessing and people did really well. But obviously, things have shifted. And we don't know yet if more things are going to shift again. We don't know. And we have to understand that. And speaking in certainty is like, yeah, we're definitely having continuing or not. I don't know. I'm ready for anything. And we'll look at some of these charts today. I'll show you guys a gold silver ratio, which is telling a story, and some other things as well. Mm-hmm. But it's an interesting cycle so far. It's very interesting so far. And I'm ready for more interesting stuff. St. Wolf's eyes before it. Baldini, I have video after video on my channel where I don't wear glasses. I just wear the glasses for my live streams because I would do these so late at night and I'd be tired. But today I got a lot of sleep this weekend, so I didn't need the glasses. I have so many videos on my channel without glasses. Early stream, that's right. Yeah, I started a little bit early today. It's a weird cycle. It's a believer cycle, they're calling. Yeah, so if we just believe that, hey, the 4-year cycle, I trust it, then you stay allocated. I'm still allocated. I still have some cash, though, for a surprise if it happens. Because this time in a cycle, normally I'd be fully allocated by now. But this cycle is interesting.
And it's also other things that, we were also thrown off the natural path when we had COVID as well. So technically, every 10 odd years, we always seem to have a recession. Now, the last recession was in 2009. We were meant to have a recession in 2019, and we got the cracks off a recession. But then came the pandemic, and we printed $7 trillion US dollars. We tapped the market with more money that has ever been printed in the history of America.
Yeah.
What we did was kick the can down the road, because what's happened now is, I hate to say it, but I'll say it like this. So the biggest economy in the world, as we know, is the American economy. But we need to grasp how big the American economy is. The American economy is so large that if you put all the BRICS nations together, the American economy is still more than all the economies of the BRICS nations combined. That is how large the American economy is. But the entire GDP of America goes towards paying only the interest of the debt of America. And it's got to a point now that they can't service the debt. So of course we've got everything that's coming along now with the tariff wars and all the rest of it. This is one of the issues that we have, because America cannot now service the debt. It's not really a question of when we're going to have a recession. Sorry, if we're going to have a recession, it's when we're going to have a recession. And regarding the debt, it's not a question of can America pay off its debt? It's a question of can America just service its debt? So we have this economical sort of thing on top, which we didn't have in the previous cycle. We had bits of it, but we didn't have this amount of, we were not in this amount of danger, if that makes sense. God forbid if America was ever to miss payments, etc., because it would really affect its credit rating. And America relies on credit because that's how it actually literally pays for everything, just by getting more and more debt, if that makes sense. So we've got that on top. So this cycle is very, very different because we're not in the same sort of economical situation or scenario as we were in the other cycle.
Since Bitcoin was created, they've been expanding the balance sheet, and now they're reeling it back in because, as she just mentioned, they printed an incredible amount of money right after this zombie apocalypse we had, and more got printed than all of U.S. history. And that has to be dialed back, because what Trump has to figure out how to do is refinance that debt, okay? And unfortunately, you're probably going to have deflation as part of that game.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so there'll be a period of that will be realistic. It has to be tackled, and he's probably going to handle it in the first part of his presidency, not the last half, so he ends on a bang, okay? Now, is that coming right now? Have we started that process, or is that coming after, let's say, the technical 4-year cycle ends, like in the fall? That's the question. Now, I have a feeling it could be starting now, but I'm open to us pushing up again for one last gasp at this for sure. And, all I can do is look at clues in the chart. I think I've said for months that I felt we were going to have a break. If you guys remember my streams in November, December, I was saying it's likely we get a break in this cycle, that they need to invite $7 trillion that's sitting in money markets to play at the table. Anyone played poker, been to a poker party? If you're too good, no one shows up at the table and puts their chips on, okay? It needs to look appealing to everyone, so everyone starts playing, and then the pot gets bigger, right? You don't want somebody too good. So in the same way, we got to make this appealing. And right now, everything is overvalued. That's why deflation makes sense. The stock market is extraordinarily overvalued. Okay, Buffett knows this. Everybody, it's not rocket science. Everything's in a bubble. All right, everything is. But we can't time it, and the charts aren't going to tell it to us. They are manipulating this market, and they can move it around with all their levers and pulleys that they want. All right, That's why you don't see me doing too much high resolution with the TA, because it's not going to help. We're at that part of the market that's called irrational. The markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. They're extraordinarily irrational because they are timing this to their time clock. They already know when they're going to do this. We don't know, right? So we can just play on the smaller time frames and you know, maybe we catch something, but when they decide they're going to do this, they're going to do it, all right? Because they are going to refinance that. And the deflation is going to help because it's going to make the game and risk assets very appealing to that $7 trillion on the sideline. And if you guys want an epic bull run and 1,000x on your altcoin, you want that money to rotate in. So it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Is it going to happen to start tomorrow, or is it going to start in 5 months? Yeah, that's a question, right? But it's coming. You guys check.
Sorry.
No, good. I'm going to show the 8 EMA, but go ahead.
So just for anyone who's not aware of what deflation is. So you have inflation, that's when prices are going up. You have stagnation, that's when the economy is literally, it's not growing. And it's stagnant, it's stagflation. And if you thought inflation was bad, wait until you come to deflation, wait until we experience deflation. It doesn't, if you haven't been, or if you're not old enough, bless you. Some people are just so young nowadays. If you were not old enough to remember the last recession.
Did I miss the joke?
I'm just saying, a lot of people in crypto are so young. They're so educated now. Yeah. Like a lot of people are just like
we got a pretty wide range. Crypto 7 is here. He's like, Crypto 7, how old are you? He's like 18. Data Dev's like 65. We got some really wide ranges.
So if you're not old enough to remember 2009, you don't really know what deflation is. Deflation is when the prices are going down, but not in a good way. Everybody's so scared. The neighbor down the road has had his, house possessed. You're really, really scared. All the rest of it, it's a different type of world. It's different to inflation, and it's worse than inflation.
Yeah, it is.
Deflation in recessions. And if you think we're suffering now, and God, we are so suffering everywhere, all around the world.
She's giving you FUD to look forward to. She's fudding you in the future.
I'm literally just saying. Oh, I am so sorry. I do apologize. I don't mean to
It's the tough medicine. It's a tough medicine.
Once with FUD and once when it actually happens.
Well, one thing we can say for sure is right now we got, medicine, it's a tough pill, man. It has to be swallowed though, yeah? Look, this is the 8 EMA on the monthly, and you can see in bull runs, we dance on top of it. And once we get below it and we close below it, it can get really bad. Now, this is where we had this big fake out here in 2021. It's kind of double cycle, right? We fell below it. We closed one candle, faked everybody out, then we came back above, then we fell again, retest. See you later, bye-bye. Now, we've been riding on top, except for that big fake out we had earlier in the cycle where everybody thought like, oh, that's right, we're going lower, we're going to 10 or 12K. Remember that? Because we only went to 15. But what did it do? That's right when they announced the ETF, right? So they've been manipulating this since the beginning, right? Because remember down here, FTX collapsed, BlackRock was saying, Bitcoin's awful, whatever, they were all the FUD, da-da-da-da. And then you only found out over here that at 28.7K that they were buying. And they have an ETF announcement, right? And then we've just been rocking and rolling, and we've been above it. You can also look at the 50 on the weekly, which is the green line that I'm showing right here, and we're above that as well, okay? You can see that holds up as well, all right? And so the cycle right now is intact, in all fairness. We're still fine, and we've come down, we've caught it, got support, and, is this a low? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we can come a little bit lower, or at least go sideways. But for all intents and purposes, as it is now, we could be preparing for another move up. One thing I want to show you guys is this chart I did back in, if you guys remember, in December. We did this in February. I did this chart. And I said like one possibility that would free, because we were doing the bullish case. You guys remember? I saved it. I save all these things. This is how I learned, by the way. If you guys want to know how to learn how to predict price action, just start doing and then seeing. After a couple of years, you'll get really good at this. So one of the cases I did 3 drawings for you guys. If you guys remember, I ended up drawing this way back, and it played out almost perfect. And then I said one thing that would really freak everybody out is if we don't dump and we just go sideways. Now I had us dropping down here to the was it the 100, 200, and going sideways on it, which was at 77K, and I had these little 2 dips. We ended up doing that so far, but we just went sideways at about 82K. We just did it at a higher range than I predicted. But even the little dips I drew ended up playing out almost perfect. If I take this and I put it right there, I mean, it's not bad. Not bad for drawing this way back in February. Now, if this plays out, I was also suggesting that we would start to move upward at an odd time. If you guys remember, because a lot of people were predicting different, like we had to start the bull run in March, or we had to do this and that. And I said, what if it starts at an odd time, right when we get close to May? And I have it starting, well, let me go back. So I had it, the uptrend starting April 17th, the end of May, which would be this week. I mean, April, which would be this week. And what if it did play out like that? What if we did start an uptrend? Because this is an odd spot, and we'd go all the way up into May, make a new high, and then sell off like traditionally you do going into the summer, which could be a possibility looking at it now. Now I'm going to leave this where I had drawn it originally, just because this is how I learned. But, I mean, yeah, I could see this happening. Maybe we do start an uptrend this week. Now, this is the bullish case, for sure. If it does that, I got the midline for my channel at 130K. So mid-May, we could be at 130K for Bitcoin, right? And then the top of my channel is about 180, let's say in the 180s, because it'd be about close to almost 200K. You're getting up there. I think the midline is more realistic, maybe 130, 140, coming up in this range over here, depending on when we touch this. And it's funny, this was a possibility that we had sketched out. You know, we did this live, and because this throws a lot of people off when you do stuff like this, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said you did really well.
It's been really uncanny since November, like the calls. I've been pulling them up, and it's been giving me like the hair on my neck's been standing up. It's been crazy. Because the ETH thing, and then there was the Pulse one. I don't know if you saw this one, where I drew this on January 6th, and this one right here, I drew this on January 6th. Where is it? January 6th. Where'd it go? And we did almost exactly that. If I go to the chart, like it's literally uncanny. I had this like period where I was like on a roll, on an absolute price action drawing roll. It was crazy. Where's it go? Go to PulseChain. If you come here to Pulse, it's ridiculous. I mean, there's that, and then if I come back, is that ridiculous? That's ridiculous. And I even have the date here, March 24th, which we're not too far off. For predicting it in January 6th. I mean, you got to cut me a little bit of slack there. But I mean, this is uncanny. Where'd you go, buddy? So I think that if we're going to have a rally, it would make sense to start pretty soon, because the reason I drew it like this back in the beginning of February was that I'm always looking for what's going to throw off the most people. That's how I look at price action. You know, it's one thing to know TA, and you guys know I do all this without too much, because, you know, just some backstory, something I've talked about on my channel a lot is I have some friends who are professional traders, and I've sat on the big trading floors before, and they don't use a lot of stuff, like they don't use a lot of indicators, you know, and things like that. I mean, they will. There's always one guy on a floor that's like very data orientated or something like that. But the real traders are pretty wild. And I had a conversation with a guy way back, and he was telling me, you know, BlackRock has the AI and everything like that. And our conversation was pretty much that, look, they know that every 13-year-old kid has TradingView, is capable of getting TradingView on his fucking computer. Okay, every nerd at home can learn TA in a week, you know, on YouTube. So things aren't going to move the way they used to move because of this accessibility of data, right? So they're probably using AI and different algorithms to help them strategize to figure out ways to throw off the most amount of people at this point. You know what I mean? And so whenever you look at a chart, and I'll show you on, let's say on ETH, and you can see how dojis are breaking the wrong direction and all these different things, which, we're normal to a certain amount of manipulation, but things are really crazy now. So when you look at a chart, you have to think in those terms, at least when you're talking about like these big things like ETH, Solana, Bitcoin, like how can they wreck the most amount of people? What's the price action that would throw the most amount of traders off? And the traders are all using the same thing. They got the Bollinger Bands, they got the EMAs, this ribbon, and obviously the Pi cycle indicator. Like I'm even thinking, don't even use that. Like I don't know how they're, what they're going to do this time to get everybody wrecked. But they're certainly going to try their best to throw everybody off. Let's go look right now at. Actually, let's go back to this chart. I'll show you guys the candles for BTC and why you have to think about this a little differently. So let's go. See what's the daily here. There's been a lot of fuckery here. Okay, so you can see here we were up here in this range, okay? We made 2 all-time highs, double top, the highest being 109, Trump inauguration, mad euphoria, kid blows his brains out on stream from a rug pull, It was just crazy, right? We didn't think so. We just thought we were ready to go higher. It's been down since then, okay? We had a, what's this called, a gravestone doji here. We've been going down. And then we had that big drop, right? Back here in end of February-ish. But we recovered very strong. I mean, this is a dragonfly. And who didn't think from here that we would start to break to the upside, right? Like, of course. Right? Look at that thing. Look at the wick on that thing. Of course, you're only going to break to the upside, right? But what did we do? We went straight down, right? And we had another one, full capitulation right there. Came down. Obviously, got a little bit decent bullish candle right there. Came up. Then you got these kind of tweezer pattern here. Bearish engulfing for sure, dropped it down, and then you have definitely not a gravestone doji, but certainly a bearish candle there on the weekly, right? But what have we done? We've come down and we're bouncing up. Now we haven't filled the whole thing. That's why I was telling you guys we need to get above 89K, I think, and hold above that. That's what we need to get above. But at the same time, what I'm saying to you guys is like, be ready for anything, because they moved the stock market, the spider moved like 10% on a tweet. Like shit is moving like an altcoin, which is what tells us we're near the end of the cycle. Even if there's another year or two of the cycle left, we're still at the end of a bigger macro cycle, which means things are going to be extraordinarily irrational. So don't look for certainty, look for your ability to pivot in any of your positions. That's what you need to kind of be thinking. Now, you have your hodl bag, that's fine, I understand, you just have stuff you're not selling. But you should probably not think in too many certainties at this point in the cycle, especially when you have Trump who can just move it tomorrow with a tweet, right? Like, we don't know. Because this has absolutely been whipsaw like nuts. And we can come over here to the SPX. I mean, look at those candles. This is crazy. Let's put on.
Like, you see, moving it with pretty much a tweet, we just had Black Monday.
Yeah.
And we fell pretty much, what was it? 30% or something similar to that. I'm not entirely sure. But the last time we had Black Monday was when we had the Japanese yen carry trade. So that was literally the Japanese economy was going to go, that was the economy of Japan.
Well, we're not out of the woods on that yet either. That's still hanging over us.
Yeah. But that's how much, just a simple thing that Trump can move the markets. So you've got to be very careful. And the other thing is, the fun thing is, we've got 4 years of this. So have some money on the side. But this is the other thing. You should always listen to or always look at what smart money is doing. And obviously, Warren Buffett has more money in cash now than he has ever had before.
He's sitting on a record position of cash, which is, and I told you guys, we have $7 trillion sitting in money markets for sure. Now, we've been so crushed down that a rally makes a lot of sense at this point. We can come over to the S&P, or maybe we can look at, fine, let's just look at this. It doesn't matter what we look at. We have to rally, let's say from where we are right now. Okay, if this were to happen, you'd probably get a push up here, come down, we break out, and we make our way up to about here, okay, 59, 5,800. And then if we get a rejection, of course, you'll get one of these, and then you'll know that, aha, that was it, okay? You get this, you get your head and shoulders pattern there. You know that was a lower high, and we're about to go a little lower. But nothing's guaranteed. We could absolutely come out of this week. Let's say we start the rally this week. Let's say, I don't know if we're going to. We could come out here. There's no reason we could just go and make a new high too. We have to be open to that as well. But at the same time, yeah, we don't know what's going to be tweeted tomorrow. That could also send us to another low as well, right? My target down here was 47, 4,800. We hit 48.38. Maybe that was a low. I mean, that's pretty close. I don't have to go lower. Now, one thing that's interesting is that he pulled back on the tariffs. So you guys saw that, right? So he's going to allow no tariffs on all electronics, right? It was all electronic devices and chips, which is pretty much everything. Not everything. I mean, it's, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So in a way, it shows weakness for the U.S. side that Trump already caved. But I suppose it's good for markets. So maybe we can expect a rally. Futures is up quite a bit. So that's good. So the market is expecting to wake up tomorrow in the green. You can expect probably a BTC to wake up in the green. But at the same time, we don't know what Trump's going to tweet in the morning. We don't know who anybody's going to tweet tomorrow.
And this is the thing, like he did this I personally, obviously not being in America, when you look at people outside of America, he is starting to lose credibility because he did it with Canada. So I'm going to put rates, and then he took it away, and then he was like, okay, literally at the last minute, well, actually, we're not going to do it anymore, but we'll just do it on China.
Yeah, but that's just Canada. We don't like Canada. We can do that to Canada.
You don't like Canada? Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, I'm not in America, so I obviously see it a lot different.
Oh, that's right. You like the Canadians, huh? She loves the Canadians, pups. Good thing Fast isn't here tonight.
I don't really have much of an opinion on it, if I'm completely honest. But all I can say is, if France said that they don't like Britain, and they're going to
you don't understand what the Canadians have done to us. They're so annoying.
No, I don't. I have no idea what they've done to you.
We really don't like the Canadians. We really don't like the Canadians, do we? They had it coming. They had it coming.
I don't have an issue with either country. Apart from the fact that I was looking forward to go to the Bitcoin conference, but I might have to actually cancel it because a lot of people from the UK are starting to be detained in America to the point that people are now.
For what?
Yeah, there's something, I'm not entirely sure, but there's something definitely going on. People are canceling trips to Disneyland. It's getting that bad, and I'm just thinking, well, if I'm going to travel by myself from the UK and other countries in Europe, I'm not entirely sure what's going on around the world.
Out of fear of what?
Getting detained.
Getting detained.
And we've had
for what?
Yeah, we've had it all over our TV, etc. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for having me on.
She got so offended by the Canadian comment. We're so sorry, Crypto Prince. We love the Brits, though.
Oh, do you? Well, we love everyone.
Yo, chat. It was awesome having her. Guys, we have 777 viewers right now. Everybody smash the like button for Crypto Princess. Everyone smash it right now. Thanks for joining us tonight. You were awesome.
That's fine. And just very quickly, I do have an X account. So if you're on X, do follow me. It's C_Princess YT, YouTube, YT at the end. And then I do have my YouTube channel. Tomorrow, I've got my second live stream. So my second live stream is with Lewis. So Lewis is somebody who predicted the 2021 top and the lunar crash. And I'm going to be asking him about his thoughts on the current situation on the market manipulation, and if is the 4-year cycle broken, institutional money, etc. And on Tuesday, you've heard of him, you must have done, Jason Casper. Oh, you love Jason Casper.
Sounds familiar.
So
Sounds familiar.
yeah, he's very big. I'm really surprised if you haven't heard of him. He's another American, really good Christian man, and really good trader. I've got his crypto story coming out on Tuesday. I also have a free Telegram group and a free Discord group. So, yeah, no, thank you so much for having me, and yeah, maybe we'll do this again at some point.
Anytime. You're welcome to join the stream anytime. Good to see you.
And I think you're coming on my channel sometime soon as well, aren't you?
For sure, 100%.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Night.
That was awesome. Hey, pups, smash the like button. Oh, hi. Listen, Artie, dude, first coexistence, Steven, and now you saying Crypto 6, is in the closet and close to coming out on his pDAI bags. Why else would a pure fudding hater be on these channels in the past 48 hours? Wait, what are you guys fighting in the chat? I'm a little confused by that. What are you saying? It's Palm Sunday? Oh, because Crypto 7's watching the stream because he's hanging out here? Is that why? I don't know if I totally follow that, but I'm guessing that's what you guys are talking about. They rugged, so Mantra DAO rugged the investors waiting for a token unlock? What? Guys, you know, some people ask me in crypto, they're like, Saint, you're smart. Why are you over there on PulseChain? It's been down only. Guys, because I know I'm not going to be rugged. Like, I've been through so much shit, man, in crypto. Celsius was the nail in the coffin for me. That was it, man. I was done. I was like, I don't want to deal with these people anymore, right? Like, it was too much, man. And coming over here, you know, it's just a better place to be. It's just a better place to be. We don't deal with a lot of that stuff. Shannon looked for my story. Oh, no. I can get banned for my story. I can get banned. I think there's still a hit out on me. I don't know how much I can say. I know there's any streamer I forgive, Crypto 6. Gotta up, let it go. Banter. UK is likely to be first Islamic State outside of Pakistan to have nukes. What? George. Crypto 7 for real. Same streamer as the one guy who tips him and blocks him on the same day, calling him out POD. Well, what are you guys talking about? I didn't know. I missed something. Guys, we got to look at these charts. We got to get in this. So the Dixie is strategically being smacked down. I hope you guys understand that. At some point, it will rally again, but maybe this is a space we get to do what we need to do. We need to look really quick at the gold-silver ratio. Okay, I want to show you guys this chart really quick. Let's see. Oh, it broke. Wait. Hang on 1 second. Let's see what's going on here. No. All right, so I'm going to zoom out on this, and I'm just going to show you guys. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. We need to look at some what's going on. So this chart is the gold to silver ratio. Now, why I like this chart is it's big money, big moves, and what happens during times of uncertainty, recessions and problems, whatever, people move big positions of silver into gold. So it's the gold-silver ratio. So we know gold is pumping, but when they're dumping their silver for gold, it's usually a problem. Now, we can come here to summer of 2008. You can see a big spike there, okay? You can see also with zombie apocalypse, people dumped silver and went into gold very dramatically. And obviously where we are now, we have one as well, where people quickly moved in times of uncertainty, dumping their silver and moving into gold. Now, right now, we've got this doji, bearish doji, looking down. That's good, but is it going to be a bear flag forming, or is it over? Are we completely out? Now, we got a lot of wicks on top. It could be over, but it certainly still could surprise us. We don't know, but it's something I'm keeping my eye on, and something you guys can easily watch too, the gold-silver ratio. We already know gold is cranked, all right? But when they're dumping silver for gold, when they're really dumping their silver for it, that's really a bad sign, because that means it's not only that they're hedging with gold, it means they're getting rid of silver because silver is used in manufacturing. And that means they think that manufacturing is coming to a halt. So that's why the gold-silver ratio matters, all right? Because gold isn't used in anything. It's a store of value. Sure, it's a great hedge. It's always a sign when gold is running of something, but when they're getting rid of silver for gold, that's a big indicator that somebody thinks, big money thinks there's going to be a demand-destroying situation or a recession, okay, where sales are going to come down, orders, et cetera, manufacturing is going to slow down, okay? I just want to look at BRA. What's this piano fucking tinkling over here? What the hell is this shit? Yeah, I can do that. Judah, remember when Crypto Princess, are you still out there? Yo, put in the comments of the video, of the YouTube video, put your info, but I'll also put it in the description when I'm done with the video. But if you're still out there, go ahead and drop it in the comments down below. Not the chat. You can drop it in the chat too, but so people have it. Silver bugs are trading that chart the wrong way around. Remember when, me too. All right, pups. Let's see what's going on. By the way, the link is in the Telegram if you guys want to join. I want to, fuck that, doesn't tell us shit. Let's see. Let's come over here and teach you. This is just getting weird. There we go. Yeah, we definitely got a lot of room to rally, but there's a lot of resistance above. This is the Dow Jones. You know, we'll see. I think if things open green tomorrow, you know what? I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for anything. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's go look at crypto charts. Let's look at ETH BTC. Yeah, I think, you know, let's see what's going on here. Oof. ETH is just hanging out down here. This is a target down here at 0.017, but 0.016-ish was where the last ETH BTC ratio was in 2019. It came all the way down to 0.016, so certainly can anticipate that as a double bottom, and we're heading there now. So is what it is. Let's see, USDT dominance. So, you know, it's coming down. It's coming down to the 50. That's fine. It looks like it's going to fall apart. No, I mean, I don't know that for sure. On a bigger scale, it certainly is bullish, but it's always been rejected here since 2022. It's just been constantly rejected here and making its way down. So if we get the bottom arrow here, that's our bull run, okay? That's going to be a continuation to the upside of everything. Obviously, if this breaks out of this range and breaks this support, I mean resistance, and makes it support, obviously we're going that way, right? That would be bad. But right now, it doesn't look so great. RSI on the daily, that looks like it could break down 100%. Look like the MACD is rolling over as well. Oh, that's coming down. Guys, I'm telling you, I think we're going to rally. Now, I don't know how long the rally is going to last, but I think we're going to get a rally here. I think we're about to go. So let's go look now. I'm excited, man. This looks good. This looks good. One chart that is bothering me a little bit lately, though, really quick. Maybe I won't get too into the weeds on this one right now. Is others a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to bother with this right now. Let's go look at ETH really quick. So yeah, this is looking good. This is on the 3-day. Look at that, man. Look at that RSI just smacked down. ETH might be go time. Now, is it the go time of like it's going to make all-time highs? I don't know, but we're going to get some movement to the upside on ETH, okay? There's no doubt about that. I think we're about to have a nice juicy rally here. Let's go. So I like what I'm seeing. You can see a nice dragonfly. But I want to point out something. So here I'm on the weekly on ETH, okay? And you see we got this dragonfly doji right here, okay? Very bullish. But guess where we also had one? Look at this right here, okay? Which way did the price break? To the downside, of course. Where else did we have a dragonfly? We had nice bullish candles. Look at this beautiful hammer right here. Guess where we went? We didn't clear the candle. See you later. Bye bye. Okay. Where else did we have one? Oh, look right here. We barely cleared it. We just went sideways. We finally went up a little bit, but a big problem with ETH has been it's been hyper manipulated. Look at this one right here. Okay, where'd it go? Down. Continuation of the trend. So, we got this beautiful candle right here. Beautiful candle. Looks really nice. Okay, but it's a problem. ETH. Well, I think everybody knows ETH has been a big problem for us. So, I'm ready for surprises. I'll just say that. It would look like we're about to have a big rally, but I don't trust TA anymore. We just have to trust the cycles, right? This is, but it's been smacked down pretty hard. I think we'll at least get some kind of rally, I hope. If not, here we go. Your next support for me is about 1350, okay? If we come up, we hit this resistance. Let me go back to the daily here. If we go back and smack into this resistance, you're looking at, let's see what's going on. Buddy, come here. Yeah, we're pretty much there, aren't we? Yeah, we pretty much need to break out of here and make a higher high. We need to clear 1830 on ETH. We really need to clear 1830 on ETH. All right. Otherwise, 1350 below us, and we'll cross that bridge tomorrow if we start breaking. I don't want to get too bearish. I've had enough bad news. And BTC, we've got a retest over here. The break, we broke out of here. We're at 83.190, 83.2. We need to get above. We need to get above 89. Okay. We're fine. We can start moving up from here. Looks like we're catching support at the old resistance at about 82.7. We need to get above 89. All right, that's what needs to happen here. What I have to talk about, what do you guys, let's see, Dragonfly. First Dragonfly Doji, anger, depression. Yeah, Crypto 7, I saw that, the video, the fact, statistic about 10% of girls under 24 are on OnlyFans. That's scary. Well, I mean, I guess one of the reasons I left, I like where I'm living right now. I like where I'm at. I really do. I love where I live. I really do. Had some really great relationships. Really good. But USA was a little scary, man. USA was scary in that sense. So yeah, we need to get above there. We're in a falling wedge. Looks like we're breaking out. That's it. Let's go look at Pulse, man. What's going on here? Now, we are bullish. We had a beautiful, juicy W down there. We came down really low. You guys saw my call I did from January 6th. Maybe this is it. Maybe that's the bottom. What I drew in January was, that's right. It was something more like, no, it's going to come out looking weird, isn't it? It was more like this with another low. But right now we've got a low and a higher low, so I'll take that, right? But what I had drawn was something more like this, but we'll see what happens. Let's throw on some, let's see what's going on down here. Great, we're moving up, looking bullish there. Juicy, looks really bullish on the RSI. A lot of energy's coming into this. That's good. People are really excited, as we should be. We want to get out of here and we want to get back into this range. Oh, there we go. Hopefully we get something like that. We just want to break out of here. Let's go look at PulseX. All right, PulseX fell out of this pennant, and it is being rejected right now at the old support, which is now resistance, okay? Now, I think when we really break out, if you go here to the PulseX pulse ratio, I do think something like this will happen eventually, because we've been gaining strength on Pulse. But when Pulse is ready to run, it might be the first one out of the gate, because it's going to move the whole ecosystem for one. It's the main token. And then, you know, there'll be an equilibrium reached again. But it'll leave everything in the dust, not just PulseX. So I anticipate, if this is the big breakout, that something like this might happen with the PulseX, or that's already happened, and we're just about to do that, right? I don't know yet, but I have a feeling this is going to go see you later, bye-bye, and Pulse is going to be the star of the show for a little bit, okay? And that's why it'll be tough for people to get positions. You'll have low liquidity, gas will be really high, bridge will be packed. It'll be tough. So if you don't have your bags packed, it can be very hard in that first few days or week when we really start moving. And I think we're going to move if ETH is going to really break out. I don't know if we move if ETH just stays stagnant and Bitcoin takes the stage here and keeps dominating and running, and ETH just stagnates and hangs out, or God forbid goes down lower. We may not be ready to really make our big move. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. We're connected pretty close, but when it does, I'm putting my money that we're going to see something like this happen with this ratio over here. Okay, so this is something I'm somewhat confident about if we do make the big breakout. Let's go look at Inc. Let's see what Inc's going to do. We don't know, but I think it's very bullish as well. You got a nice juicy W over here. We are being rejected back up here at $1.36, but we're making higher lows and we're moving up. We're fine. You know, it's certainly more volatile than everything else. So, but we had a nice, beautiful W. We're definitely going to come back here and retest $1.69. And if we're rejected and this isn't the big breakout, which I don't know if it is yet, I anticipate something like this to happen, and then we get the big breakout. But only because we've done that before, a similar move like that before, right? Otherwise, if this is the big breakout, then, forget that drawing. That means we're about to, we'll come up and start making our moves, right? So let's see what happens. Well, it's looking good. Everything's got some energy in it. But one thing I do want to warn you is, there will be a lockout, because Pulse will run the hardest in the beginning, probably, for sure. Low liquidity, bridge will be packed. It'll be nuts, all right? It'll be nuts. It'll be tough to let's say you're like, oh, I want to get a bag of this. You won't be able to get a bag of nothing. Everything's going to move pretty quick. Now, let's go look at DAI. Now, DAI kind of looked like that ohm chart we were looking at. Or where is that? Is it the ohm chart? Oh, there's an ohm. Look, if you look at this crashed. I don't know. Somebody, has it verified? Is this FUD or did it rug pull? Because look, we had a similar situation right here, right? With pDAI, right? It was moving and then it broke the uptrend completely, kind of like ohm did a little bit, right? It's a little bit like that. So I don't know enough about this project to tell anybody what to do. And same thing with pDAI. I can't tell you what to do. I certainly still have my bags, and you got to make that decision. But it certainly looks like a massacre right now. As did pDAI. Look like an absolute massacre right now. Or did, it's holding up. So let's go and look at pDAI over here. pDAI is holding up at 0.0018. It's kind of been in this range for quite a long time. We do have this big gravestone doji. It's been pushing us down. And it seems to be holding up. Liquidity is non-existent. 52K liquidity just doesn't exist on a $45 million market cap. It might still have some work to do, at least in the range, or possibly even filling these wicks for the market to figure out what it wants to do. So you got to understand the market needs to test a lot of ranges, right, to know what it is, what it's doing, what it wants to do. And we could certainly come back and test some of these, come back down here, test that wick, that range, or even come down and test this range over here where you have a ton of support down here between 0.0002 to 0.00004. It's just like a ton. So you don't know what the market wants to do yet, but it's holding up right now. Looks good. But once again, this can move on a tweet. We don't know what the plan is. And I haven't kept up with the exploits lately, so I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I've just been holding. That's it. Everyone should have. Nope. You told me which one we need. Down pump. Let me go a little closer here. Oh, looks like I had done a little TA down here. Yeah, I had a target down here. Whatever. It's just in this range. It's moving on all kind of weird things right now. The joy's coming down, apparently, for anyone who's keeping track of that. Let's go look at Pulse. Let's look at purple Bitcoin while we're here. $213 on purple Bitcoin. Yeah, it's still hanging out. It's good. Once again, same thing. These wicks could come down and fill. Certainly a lot of FUD to the P copies, right? A lot of FUD on the P copies, right? No doubt about that, regardless of PDI or not. Just all the P copies have been FUDed the crap out of. I think, to be totally honest, it makes me a little more bullish on the P copies. This is a lot of FUD, and they're to be traded. No one ever said they're the same as the assets on their ETH equivalent. They don't have the same function, but they can certainly still go to parity just out of trading. And in a bull run, you've seen how these things move. So the P copies could absolutely still be running, right? They could do very well. Let's look at Atropa. What's going on with Atropa? Same thing, hanging out, doing like pDAI. Nothing, almost the exact same chart. I think they're still very heavily bonded, so it is what it is. Down here, 0.008, $10 million market cap. Can't predict what any of these are going to do. Oh, that's right. We got the teddy bear. So this one is bear, the original teddy bear, in this falling pennant, falling wedge, very bullish pattern. It's broken out and just going sideways, consolidating. $4 million market cap, 50K liquidity, which isn't that bad, to be totally honest. 50K liquidity, $4 million market cap, it's not bad for a meme coin. Maybe this would be the buy, over pDAI. Of course, at least you got liquidity, and bear is here. Volume is trading. People are trading it. It's happening. And then we have another one called Teddy or Bear. What's this? Bear? Oh, shit. This rug pulled? What is this? I guess I've been following all the little bears and teddies and what have you. I don't know what this is. This one rug pulled. Oh, shit. Yeah. So there's a lot of bears out there, okay, pups? This one's another one. It's called Teddy Bear. This one looks like it's straight up rug pulled. But there's also a new one now called Teddy, I think, right? Something like that. Teddy. The new one. $6 million market cap. It's falling out of its channel here. Probably needs to just consolidate a little bit, maybe trying to figure out the market. But it's a $6 million market cap, 167K liquidity. Not that far off. Not that much far off from the other bear, to be totally honest. Actually, the other bear and this one are not too far off from each other. Not too far off. So we looked at some bears. Oh, look at BFF, the other bear, the white bear. What's happened with that one? Okay. Oh, okay. Still at almost $1,000. 670K, 30K liquidity, 10K volume. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm actually very surprised. Very surprised. What's going on over here? Is this moving like pDAI? I mean, it's making similar patterns, a head and shoulders, just like the pDAI chart was making. Yeah, certainly looks like. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do, right? All these Atropa ones, pDAI, BFF, they're all making bearish patterns, but they all seem to also be holding up where they are, right? So here's like a big head and shoulders right here. Come here, buddy. If this breaks down, you got a target here of $363, okay? And it's also, yeah, I think that head and shoulders is pretty strong. Now, pDAI was also making a head and shoulders. We can go look at that again. Maybe these are all going to move together. Are they all kind of bonded and still going to move very similar to each other? I mean, that's a bearish pennant coming down there, technically, but nothing surprises me anymore. So everything just does what it wants to, apparently. Let's go back to pDAI. I want to see that, what it looked like. Maybe all these look the same. USDC repegged to DAI. Well, that's good. Let me get rid of this. Maybe this is throwing me off. It's just been in this channel. See, you got this head and shoulders here. All right. And let's see, we got it. Is this right? Yeah, so yeah, you got a head and shoulders coming here, breakdown, pretty big breakdown right there on pDAI, but hasn't broken down yet. Still making bearish patterns, but once again, very similar to BFF, just kind of hanging out in this bearish pennant. You know, same thing. They all look the same, a lot of these. So verdict is out. Guys, it's on you, what you want to do. Usually when things break down this hard, there's sometimes good moves when things sell off this hard, given that we go into a bull run right now. If we go into a bear market or a bearish phase, I mean, these are going to sell off like anything else would, I suppose. But they're all moving very same. All of the Tropa, pDAI, BFF, all the 414 ones, right? They're all kind of moving the same. Let's go look. This was EHEX. What's going on here? EX is showing some strength, making a nice W there, but let me go over to the daily. Yeah, I was kind of saying before, this is either going to keep breaking down or we need to break up. And right now we're being rejected on the daily, but there's still hope for this yet. Now there's a lot of resistance where it's being rejected, a lot, okay? And this is a massive head and shoulders right now. So worst case scenario, it starts adding another 0 onto EX, which, you know, we don't want to see happen, but it's being rejected right now from where it broke down from, all right? So right now it's at 0.0016. Look, this story's been ongoing for a while. There's not much to tell. If you're bullish on it, this is a place you'd be, you know, DCAing and putting stuff in your bag. Now, Hot Hex looks like it's found some, you know, place where it's just going sideways. Another one of those 414s, just under $5. And, you know, this is quite bullish looking, but like I said, $500,000 market cap, 500K liquidity. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of Hot Hex? Is this called Hot Hex? This falling liquidity, falling volume here. There's 118,000 people watching right now, pups, but only 33 likes. That is not mathematically possible. Come on, pups. Let's step it up. Let's smash that like button. Somi, what's up, brother? Good to see you. There's a link in the Telegram, but I'm going to throw one in right now if you want to join me for a little bit. I press that. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
What color's your brigade? Oh, fuck off then.
No. Everybody stick around. It's good to see you guys aren't fighting anymore. You guys were fighting in the chat. Somi showed up, straightened you guys out, huh? Yeah, these are looking good, man. These could be the buys of the century right now. They really could. Let's look at PTGC. That was a big one. What happened there? Okay. Yeah, you came down, you hit my box. You're under some major resistance right now. You're making, you know, typical bear flag right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this continues and makes a little breakdown into here, which is where my target is. So let's see what happens. There is only $5,000 of volume, $77 million market cap, and only $112,000 of liquidity. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Did you guys smash the like button even? You guys kidding me? We had 118,000 people watching right now. There has to be a delay. How's this possible? One day at a time. Thank you. You pressed it 6 times. Somi says he pressed it 3 times. You guys are making it happen for me tonight. Watching on 2 laptops and 3 phones. Thank you, brother. Love it. You guys are amazing. Now, once again, if everything goes bullish, you can forget your TA. We'll probably, thank you so much. I saw those likes coming in there. Appreciate that. You can expect everything to probably just, if ETH starts ripping, everything's going to move up pretty quickly. Okay, your TA is going to go out the window. Okay, so forget about all that. But in the natural, I think this is coming down to our targets. I mean, it's already hit our target, which was the top of this, and let's see which way this breaks. But it's under quite a bit of. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's doing up there. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, that's good. No, this looks good. This looks like it could break through, actually, to be honest. This might have been your low down here. This is looking good. I'm on the 4-hour right now. So as long as there's no big sales coming in, I mean, this is still a bigger macro inverse head and shoulders-ish vibe going on there. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, look, you see some strength, right? So you see it. Yeah, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, looking good. This might pop to the upside. I think you just want to watch for this this line right here. Make sure this does not break, and you're good. What's up, Arthur? How you doing? That's just the pulse, the PDI pair. Arthur, how you doing?
Chilling. You hear me?
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah. Let me know if you're ready. I can pop you in. You're not live yet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I'm ready,
in the
brother.
car again. Let me throw you in, man. Hang on a sec.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah. What's happening, man? Good to see you.
Happy Palm Sunday, and everyone's celebrating.
Happy Palm Sunday, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me flip it around.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. What are you up to today?
Nothing on this beautiful Sunday. I want to clear my our little thread with Mr. Crypto 6. I got nothing but love
Crypto
for our
6?
community. Yeah.
Or
I
7?
got
Who's
nothing
Crypto
but
6?
love. They might call him Crypto 7. I don't know if he's entitled to get the holy number of 7. But, you know, our community is blessed with love.
Yeah.
It's special. So anyone spreading hate in the past, you know, we're supposed to forgive everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's important to do so,
Yeah.
especially on days like today. And, you know, it's exciting times.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good things going on with our case finally being settled with the SEC.
Close.
You know, and then, you know, everyone fudded out. You know, guys asking me if I'm a core, any core maxi or whatever. I love Hex. I love EX. I love INC. I love other stuff too. But I gotta say, pDAI's on top of my list. It ain't no lottery ticket, as some would say. And it's more than that to me. And it's very precious. And I will keep it precious until the day that, you know, a simple 10 cents will be a 50x that people take for granted. You know, everyone's cemented on a peg. Beautiful. God bless. And with the joy going to zero and all that good stuff.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, we are by far the cult within the cult, the best streamers, the #1 most community in PulseChain with the heaviest conviction by far. No one can mess with us. Absolutely not. And all your PTGC fans, I love you too. You came hard on me in Vegas, but guess what? It ain't happening.
What do you mean
Maybe
they
it'll
can't?
happen when we get the bag.
What do you
but-
mean they came hard on you in Vegas? What happened?
Oh, they gave me stickers. They gave me stickers. I went up to Moon. Listen, even Moon Kings. Even he was all for PDI and Teddy at the time, but some people got fudded out. And all love. Listen, you want to do your bear, you want to do your stuff. It's all good. But our narrative, by far, can't get messed with. And it won't. It won't. And I salute you. And I'm not into compliments, nor would I want to receive compliments, right? But you, right off the bat, streamed right away at our biggest FUD time, saw me right off the bat, was right then and there. We got 9 iron. We got cash money. We got so many people, developers on the sidelines. We don't need anyone else. And we welcome the hate and all the other blockchains and communities because it was free advertising that went 90 miles per hour for us pDAI holders. So it's all good. We're going to get there. We're going to be, you know what? It's beautiful. I'm happy. And I would say congratulations to everyone. And it's going to go up.
What do you...
God willing.
God willing. Yeah, man, look, Easter's next weekend, right? So are we going to find out Friday what's going on? Or are we going to find out Monday with the case? Or is it Friday?
What were they saying? They were saying the 21st? The 20th?
It's like the 20th or 21st. But what does that mean? Does that mean we know on Friday or we find out on Monday?
I don't know what else is left for this SEC.
Oh, Monday. So it's Monday.
Delay. Yeah. I mean, is RH gonna slap a lawsuit on them? That's the next
Oh God, no.
The next thing on the horizon that I heard about.
He's gotta be exhausted, bro. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
no, dude. He's got to be. No, he's probably not. He wants to be as far away from attorneys. I'm guessing. You know what I mean? He's gonna want that stuff behind him probably at least for a while. Maybe. I mean, maybe we're about to arm up. I don't know. I don't know. We haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what state he's in. Right? I don't know what kind of condition he's at.
I don't know, bro. I have so many onboarders and people I talk to in the stock market, people in the banking, and in so many sectors. And it's like, our bull run could be consistent in like 3-4 months of craziness.
Yeah.
So it literally, and I'm on my 3rd cycle now. And it literally could be 3-4 months of craziness.
Yeah.
So for people who think that it could happen in 2026 or whatnot, maybe you haven't felt it yet. Yeah, I get it. He got Ethereum 170,000, and some people are waiting for Ethereum bags, and that could be the ultimate. And then you'll leave your little bag for that too. But you know what? On our rise for the next 3-4 months, little by little. Take out for your loved ones and spread the love. We made it. We made it in our community. We just don't see it in our portfolios perhaps now, but RH blessed us. He blessed us.
Yeah, no, PulseChain's
really
awesome. We got something really cool. It hasn't even started yet, man. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
This is it's good times ahead, man. Whenever it happens, you know what I mean? Is it gonna start this week? Does it happen in Q4?
Yeah.
Whatever, man. We're along for the ride at this point, so that's it.
Dane, I want to take the time to bless you, brother. I pray for you, bro. You're the man. You are well deserved in everything you do. I wish you nothing but health and happiness. Yeah, mad games. More important, health and happiness to you and your family, bro. Honestly, I love you. You're a great guy. You give love to everyone, and it's not unnoticed, especially by me, and I'm sure many people in our community. And there are many people to thank for those that I mentioned earlier, and even to the people that I might have not mentioned as much or whatnot. You know, life is about forgiveness and love, and we move on. And you know what, bro? PDI hits. We're pumping everything in our ecosystem. So you know what? As much as people are on the sidelines of PDI, you have Hex INC. I got it too. But you know what? We're all gonna pump each other, and then you know what? All is gonna be forgotten, and we're all gonna be happy. There shouldn't be dividing between us, and that's the only thing that this FUD and hate brought upon us. But hopefully, when we're all growing up, all the love will be joined to, and the hate will vanish. And that's what I hope and wish for everyone.
Dude, thank you, brother. Really,
More than anything.
Thank you so much for the blessings.
More than anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to my place now with my son. I just wanted to pop on. I'm gonna lose connection. I hope I gave some positivity and love to everyone. Happy
Yeah.
Palm Sunday. In Jesus' name, I love all you guys. And God bless you, Saint.
Love you too, brother. Make some noise. Happy Palm Sunday, man. I'll talk to you before Easter for sure, man. I know it.
All right, my man.
All the
Talk
best.
to you soon. Thank you for having me. Always.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime, man.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good day. Cheers.
You too, brother.
Everybody make some noise for Arthur. Crypto Artie, as he's known. That was awesome. Wow. That was crazy. Just feel like Rush with like good vibes, right? Did you guys feel that? He's very passionate, very passionate. We have an amazing community. We have an amazing community. I tell Deerslayer this all the time. We're like, how are we this lucky? We're the most amazing people all the time surrounding us. The most incredible souls everywhere I turn in this ecosystem. Just incredible, man. We're just incredibly lucky and blessed. That was awesome. All right, pups, smash the like button. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Look, there is now 139,000 people watching the stream and only 17 likes. So smash the like button. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, he can jump on. The link is in the Telegram or it's in the chat. 7, you want to jump on? Jump on, man. We're just going to look at some more charts. I'll be right back. Wait, what? What is that? What's up, pups? Oh, you can hear it? Oh. Yeah, took a little break. The mic is cranked, I guess. Oh, man. I go through about a liter of water talking here. Or wine, too. It's a combination of wine and water. Combination of wine and water. That's funny. Imagine someone's listening to this like on 1.5 speed. They just heard like the stream. That's funny. Ping link again if you can. There it is. All right, we're looking at most. What's going on with the Richard Hart memes? Well, look, man. We had an ascending wedge here, okay? It broke to the downside, as they always do. You got a nice, juicy head and shoulders kind of forming right here. Definitely a very bearish pattern coming together right now. Definitely looking a little sleepy on the RSI here. Oh, yeah. What the hell's... Looks like this could be breaking down to the downside. All right, now there was a lot of big bags in here. A lot of people sniped this one very early, so you guys should be aware of that. I definitely, of the Richard Hart memes, I was mostly, now look, if we break down from here, you'll probably get a double bottom like down here back at 0.027 cents, about 3 cents or whatever. And then below that, you got 2 cents. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe it'll catch support down here. Once again, if we start the bull, all this stuff's going to rip to the upside regardless. People are selling this right now. Pump is my favorite of these because it's part of the, the Pump Tires brand. So, but same chart pattern here, still looking a bit sleepy here, looking like this could continue to break down. Actually, yeah. This is got support down here, 0.007-ish, and then maybe a double bottom here, just like most. I mean, they're moving very similar here. This is a much lower market cap, though. So I guess if you're in both, great. Maybe Pump is a play. Definitely much smaller. But they're moving very similar. I pumped most and Pump into pDAI day before it pumped a couple of weeks ago. I think RH got annoyed. Crypto already, anytime, brother. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday today with your family, with your other family. The link. Oh, let me. Maybe I need to put a new one. Maybe it gets reset. Hang on. Let me throw another one in there. I guess anything's possible, right? Put a fresh one in. There you go. There's a fresh link, but this should be working. We got somebody's coming here. Mr. Seven, how you doing? I'm going to punch you in, but just a heads up on your name thing. Do you want to adjust that before I punch you in? Can you hear me?
Adjust that before I punch you in.
Oh yeah, I can't hear you when I got my headphones in.
Yeah.
I can't hear you then. What's that? Must be...
No problem. You just tell me when you're ready.
Oh, it's okay. I can hear you okay. Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I can't hear you when I got my headphones in.
Hang on, I've got an echo as well.
Yeah, you need to mute or turn the YouTube.
No problem. You just tell me when you're ready. Oh, it's okay. I can hear you okay. Can you hear me okay? Oh yeah, I can't hear you when I got my headphones in. Hang on, I've got an echo as well.
The chat's hilarious.
You just tell me when you're ready. Oh, it's okay.
Everybody smash the like button.
How's that?
Smash that like button. Oh, there we go. That's better. But you want to adjust your name and all that before I punch you in? You want to double check all that? Let me know when you're ready. Hit the like button, pups.
How's that? Turn up, Barney. How's that? Can you hear me, buddy?
No, I'm still getting some echo. You got something else on there. I want to
shut everything else down.
Turn up, Barney.
How's that? Can you hear me?
No, I'm still getting some echo. You got something
kind of
else
echo going on there.
Shut everything else down. Turn up, Barney.
Mute the YouTube video so you're only hearing the headphones, maybe.
Turn that off.
Oh.
Should be good now.
Hello.
Turn that off, so it should be good now.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I hear it anymore.
Good. Yeah. No, just go back to there. Good.
Oh, guys, there is speaking of core tokens we're looking at right now, this other one called Core on Pulse, okay? It is held up absolutely amazing. You've got a 19K market cap, 10K of liquidity on this, all right? It's called Core Coin, all right? And one thing about it is they have a giveaway, okay? They're doing a giveaway, and I highly recommend everybody go check this out because this one's been holding up really nice. And you've got a falling wedge here, and it is looking like it's gonna start breaking out. It's already making higher lows. So I need to give you a heads up that there is a giveaway going on this. And they're giving away tons of tokens. Everybody go to corecoin.win, all right, and check out this giveaway because it is pretty cool. Corecoin.win. They're going to be hosting a lot of really cool events, and it's strong. They've really done a great job bringing this together. This was also from Pump Tires, and let's see. Oh, CryptoRand claims that Ohm being down was not a natural dump. Well, we'll check into that a little bit deeper. Yo, did you want to fix your name tag there, or are you good with that?
Yeah, I just can't. I can't see where the window is now. I think to shut it down. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everybody can hear you right now. But I just wanted to make sure before I punch you in, you're okay with your.
Oh yeah, punch me in then. Punch me in then. I can't see.
Oh, okay.
I can't see your stream now.
Oh, now?
I can't see. Yeah, I can't see your stream now.
Okay, but you want me to punch you into the show?
Well, if you can see me.
I can see you, but your real name is showing. Are you okay with that?
What, my proper name?
Your proper name, yeah.
Yeah, don't show that yet.
Okay, then
thanks.
edit that. I just want to make sure, man. Okay, I almost hit punch.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Thanks, appreciate that. That's why I'm doing this.
My question, okay, we'll go back to that. Yeah, so check it out, man. Corecoin. I think this is going to be one of those memes that's going to stick around. They ain't going nowhere. They've been working on this consistently, nonstop.
I think this is going to be one of those memes that's going to stick around.
I think New too, man. They're working on it. So they got some good guys behind this one. I'm pretty confident about talking about it. So definitely check it out and get in the giveaway. I think this giveaway ends in a week. Let's go look at the current giveaway. $420. Grand prize, 420 DAI from Ethereum. Winner take all. It ends on 420. So you got 6 days left. All you do is send 420,000 core coins to this address, and I guess they burn them. Right? So 420,000 right now is how much? It's nothing, guys. It's nothing. It's like a few bucks, okay? Just fucking enter. Plus, it burns the token, which I think is really cool that they're doing this because it's better than like a tax. I think it's just fun. It's just cool. They're doing a good job. Yeah, they're burning them. Yeah, so I like it when they do things like this. So you get a competition, you send it in, they burn them, and then a reward goes out, and it constantly kind of promotes the thing, adds a nice fun element. Look, it came out. It's doing a back test of where it broke out of, so this could be breaking to the upside here pretty soon. We're looking good. Looking good, man. MACD's turning up on the daily, straight up to the sky. Really good. I still see your proper name. Is it cool?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You find that? Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change that. Thank you.
You got your games already?
You keep going. I don't know how to change it. I've not done it with Zoom before. I've always been a StreamYard.
Yeah, Zoom's great. It has a lot of great features, but there's like a lot. There's almost too much in there. Let's go look at PulsePub. What's happened with PulsePub? Okay, another solid project by solid dude, steady pup. All right, let's see what's going on. So this is turned over on the weekly. It's now rounding out, so maybe this is the low, about $100. Kind of, you know, sometimes you hope you might get a little bit lower. You mean you've definitely got a gravestone doji there on the weekly, so maybe. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Maybe we come down here a little bit, but no guarantees. Let's bring you on. What's up, Seven? How you doing?
Hey, good. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
You got it, brother. Good to see you.
Yeah. Fan of your work. You're obviously very talented. I can see that straight away. Seeing you've got a great career as a streamer, and yeah, big fan. And I would just love to see you putting more of your passion into the core coins. It's a bit like the situation with Somi as well. I mean, you know, you and him, and I'd love to see you talking more about the cores, because I just think
I talk a lot about the cores. I'm like a huge Ink fan. Yeah. We talk nonstop about cores here.
You do. Somi definitely talks mostly just about pDAI, so it would be nice to see him talking more about the cores. But
he's been very much into that.
Well today. We're all doing. Everything's going up today, so that's good.
Yeah, everything's turned up a little bit today. It's good. Well, it started to. We're at 112 on Ink. PulsePub. We'll go back and look at some cores if you want, see what they're doing.
Yeah, great. And also, I mean, are you feeling bullish about the general market? I mean, we seem to be holding up pretty well.
It seems like we're going to get a rally. I mean, that seems to be what's going to happen on the short, you know, in the short term for sure. Long term, right. You know, it's we have to see where this rally takes us to. Is ETH going to move, or is it just going to be BTC and some select equities? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed Alex Becker's gone really bullish on Ethereum, and so have Arthur Hayes. So these are two really influential people. So hopefully, because there's a lot of work for Ethereum to do, isn't there? We need to get Ethereum over 1900, I think it is. You're the TA expert, but I think Ethereum has to go all the way up to 1900 once, even just to start to really start to get back into an upward trend.
It needs to get above 2150. Wow. Yeah, 2125. It needs to get above these old lows. You know, that's really what it needs to get above. So yeah, it's got a lot of work to do, but it can happen very quick, man. It can happen very quick. If we get very bullish, this could do it. Now,
right.
It could also we don't know. We got to see how long this rally is, because it could rally up to there and be rejected, which is which I could in the natural just expect, right? Like if we come up and it hits that 2120 and it rolls over, that would be that if BTC didn't make an all-time high. That would be also if BTC came up to its resistance, just like the equities, the spider, if it comes up like something to here, like 88, 89, doesn't make it, or who knows, it could even come up to $100 or $95. But if it doesn't make an all-time high, then yeah, it's going to break down as well.
Oh, really?
So this is.
I thought once we went over 91K, we were out the woods with Bitcoin. But we kind of got to go to all-time high, have we really? So.
Well, we need to get above 90, 80. What did I say? 88, 89K is what we need to really get above, which is this range here. But we got to see what we're going to do. Then we got a lot of resistance around here, about 95, 96, 97, all this stuff we got to break through. And there's a lot of places we could be rejected from, but that's part of the game, right? We got to get back and then when we get here, then we got to go up. That could happen. I mean, I'm open to it. It could happen 100%. And if we look at let's say the spider, look at the SPX, same thing kind of situation here, where if we break out of this resistance tomorrow and we need to get above like 5,800, you know, and are we going to get rejected and turn over and then have, you know, what we see usually right before bear markets, or are we going to break through and pop and make a new high? Same thing, same situation with all these. It's going to be interesting.
It's really interesting, man, because listening to you talking about how, you know, there are these rejection points in the 90s and even as we go into the early hundreds. And this is the problem. A lot of people are waiting until Bitcoin does go to those numbers, but the altcoins could run a lot in that time. I mean, something
they could.
Ethereum could maybe double in price by the time Bitcoin gets to 110. You know, other things as well. Like
it's going to be interesting too, because you know, if BTC just runs only 2, we have to be ready for that scenario as well. Like this could be really weird. But ETH is completely smashed down. I mean, we've really been expecting it to have some rally here at some point. And it would make sense to at least get a rally up to 2100, at the very least. And then hopefully we break that and we start, you know, retest some of these highs at 4K. Yeah, man, it's got some work to do, man. To the downside, well, we don't want to think about that right now. But yeah, it would be pretty messy if we kept breaking down. Yeah, I think we're going to rally. And I think maybe ETH takes this too, because if anything, market maker probably needs to draw people into ETH. ETH's been too oversold for too long. And so I definitely at least expect this rally up here to 2100, at least right here, at the very least, right there, at the very least.
It's the most hated popular crypto now. It's the most hated, well-known crypto. It's those are the ones which do well.
So this making an all-time high would be like the most painful thing, because now everyone is like out of it, right? And then if this broke out, like, whoo, that would be amazing. That would be incredible. It could happen. It could happen. Yeah, it could happen, man. We have to be ready. Look, the market's moving. Tomorrow morning there'll be a new slew of tweets from Trump and who knows who, and we got to be ready for it. That's going to be interesting.
I heard you say that the futures is suggesting. Do I mean the futures? The bit that shows what the market is going to be doing tomorrow. You're saying it looks like it's indicating that we're going to be green.
Futures are up.
Yeah, futures.
So
that's awesome.
Let's see, pre-market. We just go to. Let's see. Go to Bloomberg. I'm starting to actually get pretty.
You okay?
Yeah.
One of the things I find fascinating is we know a lot of money has left the U.S. stock market with all the anxiety around the tariff threats, and I think they're going to be looking at crypto and thinking, "Hey, crypto's not down any more than Nasdaq. In most cases, it's actually done better than Nasdaq." And so when they redeploy it, I think they're going to they're going to look again at what level they distribute into crypto. And if they decide to go another 5 or 10% into crypto, we could actually go to the moon, because they're so big compared to us. I mean, I think last week there wasn't, there was a false tweet, wasn't there, that the tariffs had been suspended when they hadn't, and it caused an instant $2 trillion to go back into the stock market. Imagine if $2 trillion went over to crypto.
Yeah. Well, no, they had been. They did pull back on the tariffs. They paused them for 90 days, and then what happened?
They did. But before that, there was a false.
Oh, right.
There was a fake story before that. Yes, you're absolutely right. They have now. Yes, but I think about a week before that, somebody will say in the chat, I lose track, but I think it was about 4 or 5 days before that. There was a fake.
Yeah, we got to be ready for all this madness.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Right now, the Hart man is down 60% on his ETH trade. Entry price 37.73. One day at a time. Why do you say ETH is dead? SUI new tech. ETH will go up next cycle. This cycle they're done. Oof, that's powerful, man. I mean, we can look a little closer at it for sure.
That's what people say though, just before it goes to the moon. I remember people were saying that about Solana 18 months ago when it was $8. That's what people say when it's about to go on a face melt.
No, it's true. It's true. And everything's pretty crushed down. And I'll be honest though, looking at the monthly, we could go lower. Look, the RSI is only at 41, and it could go lower. You can see the MACD is already crossed there on the monthly, just now going in the red. The 2-month looks really bad. I'm not gonna lie. That's a 2-month MACD on ETH. Okay.
ETH.
Not the prettiest thing, for sure. ETH is not. But that would be the reason why it would fake everybody out and do something. At least rally, for the love of God, right? Like at least a nice big rally would be nice. But maybe they could also be. Because if ETH doesn't rally, a lot of alts aren't going to move either, right? Like, well, maybe Solana would move, or Cardano or something. Cardano looks quite bullish right now, to be honest.
There's things like Chainlink on Ethereum are screwed if Ethereum doesn't go up.
No, Ethereum's hurting a lot of things. Like this is not very pretty right now. Look, let me just show you something. This, like, if you didn't look, and I'm not bashing it. If the rally happens tomorrow, hey man, I'm a very happy person because that means Pulse gets it. Pulse is really gonna fly. But look, if you just showed me this chart, I didn't know about 4-year cycles. I didn't know anything about crypto, and you just gave me this chart, And the first thing I would do is I'd go, oh, look at this beautiful W rally, went up in here. Oh, what's this going on up here? Flip the chart over, and just tell me which way does that look like it's going, right?
Can I just say, I like your approach because you lean heavily on the TA, but a lot of TA guys, they're not interested in what's going on outside of the TA. So for them, the fact that we have this sort of like Trump tariff toggle where you just, you've got to press a button and it's to move the market crazy. I mean, you do watch that as well. So I've noticed that you kind of look at the fundamentals. Yeah. You look at the news, you look at the events, and you also look at the TA. And I think you've got to do that. I think. Man, look at this big W. It's scary looking, right? It's very bullish. Yeah. And in the natural, I would look at this and think, well, at least we're going to get something like this, before it falls apart, right? And man, and when I flip it over, you really see that nasty looking hem. It's just on the 2-month. Wait, what am I doing here? Okay, there we go. Flip it back over. Yeah, I mean, that's not pretty at all, But not looking good. Even though we've had, is it 5? I mean, I must admit, is it 5 red months we've had for Ethereum? I mean, surely. I know. Isn't that count for something?
Yeah, we at least get a rally right now, like a big rally at least, right? It's not showing too many signs of life, but it's the perfect counter trade right now. Like the painful trade would be to long it right now and for it to go up, but it would carry a lot of the market up with it. And it's certainly been manipulated for a long. This is so much manipulation through here, man. So much. It's been crazy. But this is why I don't look at the news, man. I just follow this, and that's why. I was screaming about ETH back in December when it broke right here. When it broke right here, I was like, yeah, this is a big problem, that break right there.
Yeah. And can PulseChain go up without Ethereum going up? Or do we desperately need it?
All the runs we've had have been clocked with these runs on ETH. It's a great question. I'd be curious to ask somebody more deep in the weeds with how it's connected and liquidity, but maybe we can't if it doesn't move. I know Hex certainly, I don't know, man. It's a great question. Like if ETH doesn't move, a lot of things maybe can't move without it, right?
Right.
Devs are running from ETH. The devs are running from ETH. The biggest amount of devs in new tech is already on SUI. Are a lot of devs leaving the ETH Foundation, or are they just switching? Are new devs coming in? We know a streamer that predicts a large influx to PulseChain for 3 years in a row every 7 days. We know. Oh, well, good. Seven's bullish, man. He's bullish on the core. We like that, right?
Yeah, I am feeling really bullish. I mean, we've got a lot of. One of the things I noticed was that we didn't go down in the recent tariff scare. A lot of things sort of found new lows for this cycle, but PulseChain didn't. It didn't go as low as it had a week or so prior to that during the exploit fears. It didn't go down as low. So Tangent was very bullish about that. He thought that showed some structure. I don't know if you want to pull up the PLS chart. He was saying that, about 4 or 5 days ago, everyone was losing their mind about the tariffs, and a lot of cryptos went super low, including things like Ethereum. But PulseChain didn't. And so Tangent thought that was pretty bullish.
Where at?
We're just looking at the PLS chart over the last couple of weeks, and I think there was, because we made lows, but prior to a lot of cryptos doing lows more recently, the tariff threat just showed a little bit of strength.
Oh,
there,
we definitely are. We're looking good, man. We got bullish divergence. We're breaking up. Nice juicy. The opposite of what we're seeing on the ETH chart. We're seeing here. We got a W here instead of that nasty looking M we got here. This is looking good down here. So hopefully that's low. We just need to get back above this, support line. Where'd my support line go? We need to get back above here,
And what's that? What's the price? Market price?
Roughly 0.00003. Yeah. Well, we're not too far. We're not too far.
403. We're not too far from that. We could be there in a couple of days, couldn't we?
We could.
Yeah, a couple of days we could be there. So that's a critical line in the stand, is it? 4 zeros and a 3.
Yeah.
Is that because it's a psychological line? Because it does feel a lot better to be at 4 zeros and a 3, doesn't it, everyone?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you come over from Crypto 7, because I did share this on my X, if you come over from Crypto 7, please make sure to like and subscribe for Saint Wolf.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, everybody smash the like button, whatever you're doing right now. Just smash it. Subscribe to the channel. We got a wild show tonight.
Thank the bell button. Tickle the like button.
Tickle it. Tickle it. Yeah.
Smash the stop button.
I like watching Crypto 7, his bullishness. Yeah, well,
I am feeling bullish. I mean, because we've got the fact, obviously, that we're seeing some crypto recovery now. I mean, one of the really bullish things is, I think it was on, what day would it have been? Friday, the Chinese increased their tariffs against the US, and Bitcoin went, yeah, I'm not worried about this anymore. This is getting silly. And Bitcoin actually went up. Did you notice that, buddy? Bitcoin went up with the Chinese upping the ante on the tariffs against the US. And I kind of thought, okay, that's the other thing that made me flip very bullish, St. Wolf, is when the markets had such a rally last week, I think 2 trillion got injected in or whatever it was. And Donald Trump couldn't help but hold the mirror up, which is the stock market prices. And, he had, did you see that? It was hilarious.
No, I didn't see it. What did he do?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was, honestly, it was absolutely the funniest thing I've ever seen. So he had everyone sort of in the Oval Office going, "You're a genius, Donald. Oh, this is amazing. We've never seen a rally like it." And I was thinking, you could almost call it a dead cat bounce. NASDAQ is down so much. It's had a bounce. And they're all going, "You're a genius. This is amazing. We've never seen so much money going into the stock markets." But the point was, he couldn't resist. And it showed that because he's been saying recently, he doesn't care about the stock markets. He only cares about American jobs, sorting out this trade deficit and all that yada yada, balancing the books and all that stuff. And it's terrifying for the stock markets and terrifying for crypto when he's saying that.
Right.
But a few days ago, he showed his true colors, which is that, the stock market is his mirror, as I sort of say. He's super vain, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it is. Most highly successful people are.
He's bullish on America, right? He's bullish on America.
He's bullish on America, but I think he measures his success against the stock markets. And for a while, we were all worried that he was bluffing us. He was sort of suggesting he didn't care about that. And it seemed very clear for me that he did. So on that basis, I'm pretty sure that he's not going to cause irreparable harm.
No,
but
we're in a big existential battle right now with the dragon, right? And the numbers are mattering. The whole talk of the world is like, oh, is China taking over? Is America done? You know what I mean? And the gauge is now literally like, we're looking at numbers, like whose economy is going to recover first and fastest, right? It's a race in a way, right? And right now,
what's your opinion on that? Is the dragon going to take over, or are we going to be the dragon
on that? Yeah. I don't. It's a tough one, man. Maybe they might take over in the short term. I think America we have an incredible economy. We have a really imaginative, creative. We have all the thinkers over here, but they certainly have a good head start right now. They're looking really good right now for at least the short term. Between just the fact that they're making everything, they got all the resources, they're massive, they've done everything right in the last 25 years. They've really built themselves up really well, but they don't have anywhere near the economy we have. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? They don't have the ingenuity that we have, but they're with AI is closing that gap, because a lot of the ingenuity has been given over to AI. And with that in mind, who knows, they may make a big leap forward right now because they have the tech. There's no doubt about that. Right.
Yeah. So you think then, because they're so strong, that Trump will fold on the tariffs? Do you think he'll capitulate?
Well, he already did by him relenting on the whole tech thing. That was not a good sign of strength, right? Because he's admitting that, maybe I got to back off.
I agree.
Which they might be holding. We want to believe we're holding the cards, and maybe to some extent we could be holding a lot of good cards, but maybe they're holding more cards than we realize. It's an interesting one.
Can I ask you something else? Well, I'm a big believer in sell in May and go away, which doesn't mean don't come back, but the markets do tend to sell off in May.
Yeah.
Being that we've had such a disappointing Q1, which is very unusual, you think maybe sell in May and go away won't be a thing in this cycle? Do you think maybe it'll be postponed or nullified? Being that,
well, back in December, January, I was talking a lot about there's $7 trillion sidelined, and they're going to need a reason, a competitive edge to come into the risk assets. So we're probably going to need a bear at some point, a bearish phase. It could be like 2021 bull market where we have a 2-3 month, nice big drawdown or something similar like that. And if that happens now, that would mean that we'd recover by Q4 or start recovering end of Q3. If let's say we did the bearish period right now, which could be happening right now. And it would make sense. It would allow a lot of capital to rotate into these markets. But
that makes a lot of sense. Because I was struggling with, if we're going to have a phenomenal Q1, and we'd already had a good sort of October, November, December, I'm thinking, and then it's just too easy that we can all just make a ton in Q1 and then just sell ahead of May, front run May, maybe sell in April and that sort of thing. Maybe go back in later in this year. I thought it's just too easy. I think this is what's happened. And yeah, I do remember, I think you saying that you thought that we'd have a sort of bearish phase. We have certainly had a bearish phase, haven't we? I mean, the sentiment's been absolutely wrecked.
Well, I mean, no, we are in a bear. We are in a downtrend. There's no doubt about it. Are we going to break it now? Now, a couple things could happen. Like I was saying, we could come up and retest old resistance. I mean, resistance now and be rejected. So we have a nice rally for a couple weeks, but we don't go to make all-time highs again. And we fall over and we have a couple months of this, crap, continuation of this. Or we could blast to all-time highs. It's possible. I'm not doubting it, but I think it would be a limited move. I think the breadth would be narrow. I don't think you're going to get that massive rotation of risk capital ETH2 may not go to all-time highs per se, let's say, even if BTC does. And in that case, that means the bull run's going to end pretty quick. Like, so we had the high before the halving, and then maybe we have this rally and we sell in May and go away, and then we have to still contend with that recession. We still have to contend with. They're going to need deflation in here at some point, it seems. They have to bring those rates down. They have to refinance that debt. They're going to do it. And the other thing I talked about the other night on stream, Fast was on here, they have CBDCs ready, okay? Or they're pretty damn close. And do you think they're going to want the capital to rotate, this big $7 trillion that sideline? Do you think they're going to let that rotate before the CBDs are out or after the CBDs are out? Probably after, I'm guessing. So maybe they're going to use that little drawdown period, that recession. And recession can be 2 months or 6 months. It doesn't mean it's years. It could just be 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? But that could be the time they need to put us in a painful place where people are more malleable and accept a CBDC easily because they'll have an incentive there. Things, you're in pain a little bit. And maybe they'll use that time to do that. So if we go and make all-time highs right now, I think that's it. Then we get the recession or a little bit of recession. If we don't make all-time highs right now, we're going to deal with it now, which is fine. That means maybe we're recovering by Q4 or the fall, or at least December, January. So end of this year, we're starting back up. They've done whatever they need to do, onboarded their CBDCs, and we start moving up into 2026. And then we have an epic.
It's so interesting.
I'm not calling certainties. There's too much irrationality and movement on tweets. I can't. Even the smartest people I've talked to are like, no one knows heads for tails. Like tomorrow morning, who knows what will be tweeted that'll move the market. It's like, it's crazy. But the cycle is going to be intact. It just could be drawn out. Or like we said, it could make all-time highs now and we end sooner. We did have the high before the halving, so maybe we do go for all-time highs because maybe that's a path of pain right now because everyone's already predicting like, okay, recession's here. So maybe we do push up and break through, and that would leave a lot of people sidelined, right?
Absolutely, max pain to the upside. I mean, listening to you, I totally agree. We could go to the moon in April. We could go to the moon in April, and
the
time it takes Bitcoin to go to 110K, some of these altcoins could do a 2 or 3x, particularly things like Hex and PulseChain, of course. And
we have a nice rally.
And so to the brave go the spoils, but equally, you know, as you say, we're one tweet away from the moon or, you know, or hell. You know, it's just crazy. It's a wild situation we're in at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we could still have a pretty big juicy rally for sure in that time, and a lot can happen. I think there's an FOMC on the 7th of May. So yeah, let's say we started, you've got a few weeks here, and maybe that's when they give us more bad news. I don't know. You know, we don't know. Is it going to be good news at that FOMC or bad news, right? And it's funny because
I feel it's good news. I think he's going to I think so. Remember, he can. A lot of people talk about these meetings in May and June that are scheduled, but they can. The Fed can meet on an emergency meeting anytime and drop the rates. They did it.
Yeah, anything could happen. And you know what? We're talking about we could rally, or now, you know, to be honest, they could just keep us going sideways, chopping, or even send us a little bit lower too. That's also an option we should be open to. You don't know what's going to come out tomorrow. Where, you know, chop going sideways. Because I was predicting this back in beginning of February when I had drawn this chart here. And I just drew that we were going to chop. And I ended up doing it a little lower. We ended up chopping here. But it was still a pretty epic call because we did end up just chopping sideways. Because it's the most painful thing you could do in a bull run is just send people sideways forever. Like just wrecks people. Because you can't trade this shit. It's just like a disaster. And so that's another option that could happen. We forget that. They just keep us going sideways right now. And people would lose their minds. Just imagine if this continued sideways. People would lose their fucking minds.
Yeah.
They would absolutely lose their minds, right? Like, we didn't go up, we didn't go down, we just kept chopping. It's fucking...
With 50% of the crypto population bear market and 50% convinced we're in a bull market, and it's just a wild situation. Yeah. I think we've got this bifurcation because the people that are just looking at the TA are quite bearish, and the people that are thinking, well, hang on a minute, all this can be reversed in an instant. Because I was listening to Alex Becker talking about this yesterday. Do you watch him sometimes? You know, the entertaining guy.
I don't watch him. No. Oh, I feel like he's always wrong. When I've seen his like Twitter.
Oh, okay. He
shills for big companies, right? He's a shiller for like big projects, right?
Yeah, and that's right. And also, people just basically buy whatever he mentions because he's got so much. So he's getting hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube.
Yeah,
goodness, on X, and so, but he's quite entertaining, and he's sort of saying, look, this is nothing like, you know, what we had with the Kickoff 4 years ago. It's nothing like that because we are not seeing huge layoffs. We're not seeing this could all be reversed with a tweet. Exactly what you were saying earlier, going to your point, and so it is pretty wild. You know, I am optimistic. I do think I've got a funny feeling we're going to have a great. I still think we're going to have a great April.
Yeah,
and
that'd be great.
We're due a green months, aren't we?
Huh?
We're due a green months because we have had bad January, bad Feb, bad March. I think. Would you agree, man?
We're due for sure, but anything's possible. Anything's possible. We got a guest. We got Moon King B Roots is here.
Good stuff. Good to see you, buddy. Oh yeah. Sure. I don't think he wouldn't want to come on. It's Fast Abdoul, isn't it?
It's Fast Abdoul.
You know. No, that was. Yeah, no, that was funny. Everyone remembers that, but it was 2 a.m. I just came on because there was a bit of confusion about my coin, and so I just thought, well, I'll come. 2 a.m. I was like half dressed and things, and I wasn't. I didn't. I only came on to provide some.
Oh, it's fine.
I didn't really get interrogated.
Hey, boys.
Yo. Hey. What's happening?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. I just finished chopping down some trees.
You chopped down some trees?
Yeah, I cut down 2 trees.
Is that a metaphor or literally? Is that
no, they were trees, and I had an axe and I cut them down.
Nice.
That's what I was doing.
Nice.
I can't imagine you doing that somehow. I don't know, because you know what I mean. Because you're so intellectual, I just think of you. I just think of you constantly at a laptop, you know, typing.
I spend a lot of time at a laptop, but I want to get back to nature a little bit, you know. And I like basically live like in a cabin in the forest, so I actually do have an axe, and I need to cut down trees. So it's something that has to happen.
Nice. Yeah, you look very rugged today. Looked like you were just chopping
Yeah.
down trees. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got that vibe.
my plaid on today, and yeah, I was doing manly things.
You're doing manly things. Yeah, we're feeling it. We're feeling it.
Hey, Tam's in the house.
Yeah, Tam. I like Tam. She's so positive all the time.
Yeah.
We need more of those.
Oh, look at that. What are we looking at here?
So what I miss? Everything's going to the moon and never coming back down, right?
We're about to moon, bro. We're looking
Did
good.
you see? Do you want to talk to Fast Abdoul about Mantra? You were showing the chart for Mantra. It looks like there's been a rug, doesn't it?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going-
You guys got some more details on it? Look, this looks just like the PDI chart did. Is it a buy?
Called?
Mantra DAO?
Mantra. It's like top 20 coin. It's a big market cap coin. It had a big token release coming in 5 days. I'm wondering if the project team decided they didn't want to share the money with the investors and the VC guys. So
That's pretty bad, yeah.
They'll be furious. Yeah, there was a big token release as well. It's down 95%, isn't it? I'm wondering, do you think that could be a buy, St. Wolf? Because I mean, if that's FUD,
I would need to know more about that team. I honestly don't know anything about this.
We don't know anything
Like,
about it.
It could be an awesome opportunity or game over, right? Like, depends on what's behind this. Like, does it have utility? Is it just a meme? Like, what is it?
Yeah, because that's not like, let's say, for example, even though there's similarities, it's not like the die chart in that sense. Even though there's a performance similarity in terms of just came down, but this just literally came straight down, right? Like somebody rugged it.
It kind of looks like a hack. Sometimes you see stuff like that where like did the team get hacked, or sometimes that's just the story, of course.
I think that's what Crypto Princess was saying. Crypto Princess was saying that. I think it could be a hack.
Okay, here we go. Let's bring it up in a tweet. I got some information here about it.
I like how you've brought the British weather in your background there. It's a bit like Blade Runner, isn't it? With the pouring rain in the background.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel at home, because we have got 5 days of rain ahead of us here in the UK.
Okay, so this is the Mantra DAO hack. Oh, shoot.
Very nice.
Hold on. My mouse is jammed. 1 second, pups. Okay. I hate it when this happens. Fucking.
We're actually.
The mouse is jammed. Can we get? Do they not make our mice not made in China? What is going on, man? They're not making them good. Pups, we have 107,000 people watching this stream. We're breaking records, but only 3 of you have smashed the like button. That's ridiculous. Can you guys smash the like button? And I promise, if you guys smash the like button, I will get a new mouse for the stream. We will get one. And Fast Abdoul, you're working on an Oracle too, right, for the show?
Yeah. We need an Oracle for the views.
Oh, there we go. Mouse is back. Okay, let's go. I really don't like her. She's really annoying. All right.
Indeed.
Removing my like. So your mouse stays broken. Okay, so broke. Ohm chart. Posting the chart and pointing out that it was a Polka Star project and farming what? For those that are not in the know, Mantra Network was formerly Mantra DAO. The problem is Polka Starter, blah, blah, blah. There's a trail of social media comments spanning years exposing Starter as not actually being affiliated with Polkadot. Long story short, nobody uses Mantra. There's barely any TVL or transaction volume. The rumor is the team holds most of the supply, and MMs alongside some rich dude in Dubai have been manipulating the chart up for months, crushing perp shorts because literally no one had tokens to sell. Seems like they decided it was time to dump the chart. Kind regards. Oof. Negative 6 billion FDV in a single daily candle. Ooh, fuck.
That's bad. I did see some news on I did see them claiming all these links with partnerships in Dubai and things, and I did think it sounded a bit salesy. Well, that comment from Grey Knight there, that comment from Grey Knight is comment of the day, isn't it?
Removing my likes so your mouse stays broken.
That is the comment of the day.
There's still there's like $750,000 there, right? Like in liquidity. It's not like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'd say this trader stuff. Like traders can make money off of things like this, but You know,
Should we go all in on it? I mean, this might be something Sommy wants to do when he gives up on bad PDI. He might want to go all in on this instead. Put his skills into this. It could be. I think it could be a big opportunity.
I need to know a lot more about this project, and it's already bought up 40% from the bottom, right? So,
because I'm not on my show, I can say financial advice. You need to be buying this.
I think you still say that. It's not a show,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it carries to.
Really?
No, I would.
Sure.
It'd be hard for them to do that, wouldn't it? This mad person came on my show. I don't know who he was. Definitely financial advice to buy the core coins today.
The wallet is washing through several on-chain mixers and seems to be purchasing Solana token slow.
Is that pushing Solana up then?
Wow. 53 million, 41 million. Damn, crazy. Yeah, slow went nuts, as you can see.
Yeah, maybe that's the one they pump and dump next.
Wow. 2020 Rio DeFi launches Ohm, puts 2 employees in charge. Smooth sailing until 2021 when financial reports mysteriously vanish. Wow. Employees.
I noticed, St. Wolf, that Bitcoin went from 85K to 83K shortly after the Mantra hack. Do you think that would have unsettled the markets a bit? That there's been a big crypto that's been.
Wait, say that again. What?
I noticed that Bitcoin went from 85K to 83K. Ethereum went from 1650 to 1500 on the back of the Mantra news. Do you think there's a bit of contagion because people think, shit, what's happened to this crypto? I mean, I was interested in your comment as well that this could be.
No, it was. It's coming back to retest where it broke out. It was going to do that anyway. It had to do this move anyway. I don't think they'd be connected, and it's good. It's holding on the support, so that's good. I don't think they're connected. I mean, you know what I mean? I guess anything's possible.
Yeah. How's your ink printer going? Fast.
Good. Yeah, it's actually picked up some steam the last couple days. There's been more ink flowing into it. It's got about 6% of all the ink is inside ink printer, collateralizing ink dollars. So that's cool. And we're working on the upgrades.
Already 6%. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Like all the ink in existence, right?
Yeah. No, I get you. So it's going brr at the moment.
It's going burr, yeah. And I think when we start to see prices spike, that's when all these liquidity forks, like Earn, Flex, Liquid Loans, Ink Printer, they're all going to look really good when you have a sustained up only time. It's going to be a great tool for people who understand it.
Yeah. And when you're thinking, I want to take some profit, but I don't want to have to talk to the tax manager. So I'm going to just do a loan.
There is that option, yeah. Though I think that play has to be made in a certain way, right? Because for most people in most regions, okay, you take a loan on something, the loan itself isn't taxable. But if you let's say you put in $1 million worth of ink, right, and you took out $800,000, right? Okay, that's not a taxable event. But then, if you leave it there all through the bull market, and then in the bear market, the price starts going down, eventually maybe you get liquidated, right? Now you get to keep the $800,000. So you already kind of won, and that was just your stop loss. But that liquidation is probably a taxable event, right? So it's, maybe and it might call into play the $800,000. But again, consult your accountant. It's going to depend where you're at. I think the real win is going to be for guys who can read charts, who can be ink's going to go up 7x. I can put in $1 million, take out $800,000, use $400,000 to buy more ink, right? Rinse and repeat, and then leverage ink. And then, you get, instead of a 20x, you get a 60x if you play a game like that. But it's, that's kind of a pro move. So there's lots of little strategies like that for people who are, strong users and can, read the white paper. For people who can't read the white paper, there's single-sided staking for stable coins, which is
that's great, mate. The other thing I thought was respect to you, because launching when you did in
big
FUD. It was a ballsy move. It wasn't St. Wolf's laughing. It was a ballsy move.
Yeah, the blood moon. Yeah, it was a very heavy week, man. Heavy week.
Most people.
I didn't want to delay. Like I delayed like 12 hours because it was like the worst FUD day ever. But like that was it. Like I delayed 12 hours and then we launched because like people are waiting, and like if you always waited for the perfect time, you just never would get anything to market, right? And there's so much of the when thing. Like we're always telling people we're making stuff, and then they want to know when, and you don't give them an exact date because you don't know, and like you're trying your hardest. So it's like when you can launch, you should just launch, and you know, in a month or two, whatever FUD comes from that because it wasn't the perfect day, it clears itself up, right? Like as long as the stuff works, which is the important thing. As long as your audits are done, you know, and that your code is safe, and that, you know, your users are educated in what the thing does. So I think that's, you know, that's the important stuff.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's good. And I'm sure people appreciated it. And, you know, so check out Ink Printer, everyone, if you haven't checked it out already.
Good news on a bad day is not terrible. And yeah, the upgrades we have coming are going to change that whole game. I think they might even change the game for all the liquidity forks on PulseChain. I bet you the other teams pick up the same concepts. So I'm looking forward to that too.
So what red wine do you like, St. Wolf? I see you drinking red wine quite a lot. I love red wine. Are you drinking Italian, or what is it?
Yeah, it's Italian. I get it. It's like my house wine. It's from a bio farm in Italy. We get over here.
What farm? Just going to get it.
For the bottle. Where I live, we have two kinds of wine. You can get white or you can get red. They usually come in a box with a little faucet on it. And yeah, that's the choice you have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Latentia? I don't know. Do you guys get this?
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Nice.
I wonder if that's better than the red wine that I get in a box. Probably it is.
It's actually really good. It's very nice. So.
Yeah. You speak a bit of Italian, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't really speak Italian, man. I can understand it. I can understand it very well, though.
You could pass for Italian,
I can,
if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about learning it. Like everyone I know speaks it, of course, and like I have family that speaks it, and I could probably learn it pretty quick. I understand it really well. You know, same thing with like French. I think I understand French pretty well. Some of my family lives in Quebec, so.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't speak French, but Italian I should learn because yeah, I passed that, no problem. I'm always embarrassed every time I'm in Italy too, because everyone's talking to me in Italian, and then I have to just like embarrass myself. It'd be like, oh, you know.
Je parle un petit peu de français, mais pas comment.
Yeah. Wait, say it again.
Not bad.
Your pronunciation is way off, man. Say it again.
Je parle un petit peu de français, mais pas couramment.
Pas couramment? What the hell's that? You said I speak a little bit of French and what?
Not fluently. Couramment, fluent.
Cool. Oh, is that okay? Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Lots of wine around here, bullshit.
So you speak French, presumably, do you? Fast. You French Canadian? Do you speak a bit of French?
J'avais habité en France pendant quand j'étais 15, mais il n'y a pas plusieurs opportunités pour parler français. Alors, un petit peu.
Oh, cool. Canadian French. Yeah. Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You can pull it off.
I get by, but I'm not like I wasn't born into a French family or anything like that. It's just they teach it in schools here, and like you do have the occasional opportunity to speak French, but it's like, you know, 80% of the country speaks English all day long.
Nice.
So I actually spent more time in Europe speaking French, like in Belgium and France, than I lived in France for a year. So yeah, I actually more actual conversations with French people were in France probably.
I always try to resist the stereotypes, but because I knew you were Canadian, but then you said to me, I've just come in from chopping wood and I live in a shack, and I'm thinking that's exactly what I would imagine Canadians do. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's actually true. These stereotypes types are true in this case. I speak French. I chop wood. I live in a cabin in the woods. Like, these things are true. But most Canadians live in cities within like 100 kilometers of the U.S. border, right? Like, that's the truth.
Right. Because
Like,
that's
big cities, right? Like Toronto, Vancouver are huge cities, right? By any world standard, right? But like, not me. I live in a cabin in the woods, like, like 5,000 kilometers from Toronto. It's not an easy walk.
Nice.
So PX is being rejected right here, 0.007. And yeah, we got to see what happens. But we got a really strong bounce down here on the RSI. Looks really good. Let's see what happens. Go down
And
here.
you know what they say? Never fear a weekend dump. Never trust a weekend pump. Never fear a weekend dump.
Yep, exactly. Well, it looks nice, juicy. I think we'll just probably pull back a little bit and then re-go for that, area right here like this, something like that, right? Do something, hopefully, something like that.
That's good advice, though, because, what happens on Monday in the markets is going to be more telling anyway. But, like, Hex is kind of in its own bubble, right? Like, it's not just going off the stock market.
No. Yeah, It's very specific here. Let's go back
Definitely
to
not.
Pulse. What's going on?
And we've got the small matter of potentially some very good news coming from the SEC in the next 9 days.
Yeah, 21st, I think, is cut off. So maybe 22nd we hear.
Yeah, or at the latest, there's presumably no news. No news means my reading of it would be if the SEC doesn't bother to tell Judge Carroll what they're doing, then they're out the game. No news is good news for us, I'd have thought.
If they give her trash, she'll probably just throw it out.
Yeah.
So, but like that could still take time. Like, she still might need 30 days to review or something. So better still, they're just like, nah, we're out. We dropped it. I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but they thought it might have just been a final jab from the SEC, where they would delay it with this extra time, and then come forward with like, oh, we've decided to drop the case, so that they could just be like, no, you didn't win. We decided to drop it, right? But like maybe not. But that kind of seemed like that could be a thing, right?
That's an interesting idea. A little bit saving a bit of pride,
just for optics, right?
And why do you guys think? Hope I'm not taking over the show.
No,
saying,
we're
riffing. You can have some more wine. Why do you guys think he turned the comments on? Do you think it's linked to SEC? Because it's a delicious speculation.
Well, that's a great question. I've been curious about that. What do you guys think about that?
I think he's ramping up, right? Like, we've had quiet Richard saying almost nothing, then Richard coming out and telling us we're all idiots, like, recently, and shouting a whole bunch, and then he turns his comments on, like, and it's all leading up to this time where we think the case is going to get dismissed, which maybe he would know before us, right? And then I feel like once that happens, then, like, 5 minutes later, he might turn his camera on, right? Like, we might have to open an extra box for him here. He can have my spot.
Or could it be linked to? I love those comments. Could it also be linked to the DOJ, because we know they are no longer, they've disbanded their enforcement unit? What do you think, saying? Well, could it be linked to the DOJ as well, or both?
They're kind of attached. Like, obviously, like, the SEC is the financial arm. DOJ is like the person to actually get arrested. So it's like, okay, it becomes less scary when that's no longer a thing. But like, that was never for sure on the table anyway, right? Like, the DOJ never got involved in any of the sacrifice cases, any of the PulseX Hex cases. It was always just the SEC. It was just a financial argument, right?
Yeah, whereas the DOJ did go after Binance, didn't they? And CZ, they did. But I see what you're saying.
He's done hard time now. He's a hard man.
And what do you think, Samuel?
I think we should go read some of the things that in the comments and see which one he turned it on to as well.
That's a good idea.
I mean,
right.
That might be something we can look at. I've had a few different ways I've thought about this. Super chat. What's up, Artie? Crypto Artie. What's up, brother?
He's just a pretty face. The same one.
Yo, brother.
I like Artie.
Wait, where'd it go? It's not showing up. What happened to my...
I'm happy with what we're seeing.
Oh, I think I got a bumbled mouse again. Jeez, what is up with these mice these days?
It's a chat if you don't want him to fix his mouse.
So weird. Weird little glitches sometimes. There you are. What's up? Oh, it vanished. Come on.
Matrix.
Sorry, guys. Some tech problems here. Crypto Hardy. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for the super chat. Il valore di pDAI sarà presto $1. pDAI will soon be at $1. I think.
Well, if you can afford $20 super chats, maybe he can send it there. Maybe.
With low enough liquidity, it's possible, right? If the liquidity down to $20 might send it to $1.
That's true. The liquidity's down pretty good. Let's send the super chat on the pDAI. See if we can pump it. Thanks a lot, brother. Really appreciate it. Leave it on for a minute.
That would actually be pretty funny. I'm not going to dwell on it, but like if you could see if the liquidity got down to near nothing and you could like pump it to $1 with like $150, then like if just all the prophecies would be true, right?
Il valore di pDAI. Actually sounds funny. Il valore di pDAI. Il valore di pDAI sarà presto $1. It's fucking great. pDAI to Italian.
Yeah. Artie really looks like that guy in the picture too. That's his. He's pretty faithful representation of that.
He does. He got a good picture.
Who was the guy
Il
that
valore di pDAI.
Who was the guy that was talking to you while driving and didn't like you?
That was him. That was him.
That was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the similarity. That's why I made the link. Yeah.
Why is this some weirdo in like the chat?
There's always some weirdo in the chat.
Yeah. Well, Fast Abdoul was saying he went on a show recently. You guys are really normal. Most streamers are really weird or something.
That's true.
Okay. Wait, what did he say?
It takes a certain type.
He was on a show where he said, you guys aren't like streamers, you're normal. Most streamers are totally crazy.
We're not crazy?
Streamers are watching.
Are we not crazy enough for you guys?
Well, you guys are you're crazy enough to keep it interesting. But that's part of it. You got to be interesting, right? If you're going to do this all the time, you can't be like deadpan boring, like you know, or nobody will watch.
Yeah, man. It's not a good place to be. Yeah. Yo, which one did he turn on the comments for? Which one was it?
All right, okay. Let's take a look.
It wasn't that one.
I got distracted.
It was this one.
I'd forgotten we were doing that. That's great.
Yeah, it was this one, right? U.S. Justice Department disbands cryptocurrency enforcement unit.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have it on the screen, Wolf.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
So that's what made it publish.
The date was
guys.
April 8th.
Which seems like a long time ago, but it wasn't.
But the comments are still on for ones that happen after that too, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's retweeted his most recent one about Vitalik Buterin working on Ethereum about privacy pools and stuff like that. Like that one's got 253 replies. Like it's like he's in. You know, I don't think he's interacting with the replies. From what I've seen,
it's a weird thing. Like if he knew that, okay, it's probably going to be good news for the case, they're not bringing anything else forward. Would you still risk it though, this close to the date for them? Because they still have time technically, right? Maybe they gave him. Maybe he's hearing like they are going to put something, and now he's like, fuck that. Like now he's like, what's the word? He's like capitulating. He's like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Here you go. Maybe.
But like this stuff is actually mostly not about. It's not about Hex or Pulse or things that he's talking about, right? So
yeah,
since he turned the comments on, I don't see a tweet that's about a Richard Hart product. It's all about Ethereum and about the Justice Department, you know, a couple days since then. So it doesn't feel like he's exposing himself.
Right.
And he hasn't, there's no replies that seem like he hasn't replied to people in the comments.
I don't know. I thought I commented on some of these. Yeah, it could be good. It could just be good news, but
yeah,
maybe it's really good news where they know, like, yeah, the SEC is going to let it go completely. Like, you're good. And now he's like, yeah, easing us back in. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yep.
And the prices are just ticking up nicely. 6 or 7% a day in the cores we're seeing generally.
Wow. How many comments
A lot
are
of
on these now?
volatility then.
Where's the 253. So people are like discovering 253, 257, almost 300. Yeah, people are excited, you know. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Wait, oh, people are already commenting on this one. Oh, because you can go back to all his posts and start commenting. Right. Right? So he turned it on here. So
I was interested in something you guys were saying, that if there's sufficiently little liquidity in PDI that it could go to $1 even if... that hadn't occurred to me, because I had just assumed, because it's a stable coin, that it can't go to $1 without having tons of money behind it. But that's... Am I wrong in that assumption? It could appear priced at $1 and yet there's, you know...
Well, you don't have a stable coin unless you have a mechanism for a ceiling and a floor, right? So you can make anything be $1, but yeah, you need the stuff behind it. So it'd be a longer discussion about stable coins.
So Michelle Obama might be getting a separation from Barack. So that's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
Weird. I wonder if she runs for president.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. What an active shooter just now. Jeez, come on, man. We're just gonna get a normal week at some point, please. Can we just get, like, remember back in the day when you just had like boring weeks, like nothing happened? Don't you miss those?
Yeah. Cat videos on the news.
Yeah,
you know?
like that was the.
Yeah.
Is this guy running around with it? What's going on here?
Look excited.
This just happened. Pennsylvania. Yo, Deerslayer, what's going on?
There's always somebody shooting someone in the States. It's not really news unless it's, really
Are
terrible.
you shooting at somebody? Has he got a handgun?
I don't know. Doesn't really look like he has a big master plan, though. He's running around on a roof with no shoes and no shirt.
Interesting. Weird shit, man. They're destroying Teslas.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. People just like keying Teslas, lighting Teslas on fire.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Apparently, that's like the cool left-wing thing to do right now.
This stuff's nutty, man. Nutty.
They need to send a couple of them to prison for 20 years and they'll stop doing it then.
It's kind of hilarious because it's like the concept of electric cars, like that concept would be more appealing to the left wing, generally speaking, right? But then
they'd be excited about it.
Destroying the cars.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense.
That's terrible.
This is ridiculous. But they're paid for. There's been a lot of people that have been interviewed now, and they're saying they're getting paid to do this. Billionaires suck. Pay. Oh, Jesus.
God. So who's paying them? Tim Waltz and Kamala.
It's kind of cool. Sparta on PulseChain. I don't know. Oh, is this a token?
Yeah. Wendy's for 10. He's like OG Hexkin guy.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a cool video. It got my attention.
Live, so
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe take a look at that because that's like he's well known. I can't vouch for him apart from that, but he's well known. He's been around for a long time. You probably know him, Seven. Do you know Wendy's?
I've heard of him.
I'm so low on trust now, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so out of it now at this point. Like, Like I remember people said the same thing, that Ulti guy, and they're like, "Oh, he's a real G." Why aren't you blah blah blah? I'm like, nah. It's been nonstop, man. And once again, nothing against him, man. That was a cool video. Got my attention. But yeah, it's been rough, dude.
Did you get Pulse? The thing is, get Pulse Latina'd?
Dude, we've been getting
No,
Pulse
that
Latina
wasn't
nonstop.
a Pulse Latina thing. It was like a bad code thing with the Ulti thing.
It's just always something, right? Like
So it was good that you never talked about that one, Wolf, because yeah, that one turned out bad. Right?
Yeah,
just
didn't
work out. I don't think it was intentional, but it was like, yeah, the code didn't do what they wanted to do, and people's money got stuck, and it was terrible.
You know how high that 7 million would have pumped Hex?
Oh, to probably like $1.
Probably at least 50 cents, bro. Just think about it. Think about it. People raise hell about PDI, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, just that Ulti massacre would have pumped Hex to like 50 cents easily, man. Easily. All right. And it was like painful, like watching that happen. I was just like, what a waste. Just total destruction of capital.
More things is not always better.
Huh?
That's for sure. Like more things isn't always better.
No, it's not, right?
Like we need some things, like, you know, or it'd be a ghost chain, right? Like you couldn't have nothing. You need some meme coins, you need some action, you need some utility things that actually do stuff, but like, yeah, it's not always better.
Pups, unreal. Only 7 people are watching the stream and 2,000 likes. Like,
what?
How is this possible? What is going on? Well, now we can
more popular.
Only 7 people watching. Well, we can really talk about some serious gritty alpha.
That's true. Yeah, I've been saving stuff for that.
Yeah, but the math is off. If everyone could remove their likes, that would be great. Just go ahead and reach down there and take it off.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right.
I get this damn Oracle fixed. All right, everybody, smash the like button. Use your finger. Yeah, we're pulling back a little bit. Let's just check BTC once again really quick. Let's see if it's breaking. Well, yeah, I'm going to get off the stream and something's going to happen. I don't like the look of that at all. At all. What else is going on? Let's check ETH really quick. What are we going to tell from ETH? Nothing. It's been doing what it's been doing.
It's still a bounce, couldn't it? Like it's
maybe check XRP really quick. What's it doing? That's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not fine at all. No. Not looking good at all. At least on the short term. Well, let's keep our mind open. Tomorrow's going to be a new day. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say the markets are probably getting nervous.
It's Sunday night. It's Sunday night. Yeah, everyone's a little nervous for sure. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Is there any news items tomorrow? Anything big happening?
It's a Monday. That's going to be crazy. Every day of the week now, apparently.
There's a guy running across the roof with his boxer shorts on. That's for sure.
Yeah, we already got the week's already getting started. Good God. No, because I guess it's once again, it's back to the whole, like, you know, the sun is crazy. We're being blasted. So plasma, there's all this stuff. I guess I don't like the look of that either. What is it, Sol? Let's see. Yeah, I guess there is quite a bit of red, which is weird, to be honest, because futures looked bright. But maybe, let me go back to that futures market really quick. Pups, what are you guys seeing out there? Oh, the full moon, guys. Come on, man. Come on, the full moon. I think maybe we open green, and that's going to pull it down because maybe we're going to open green.
I have an article I found here, Wolf. I'm going to send it to you. I don't understand all of it, but maybe it will give you some insight.
Futures do.
It's from TradingView.
Let's see what this is. It's nothing new. It's everything I saw already. We saw XRP. We got ETH hanging.
I'm going to drop out.
You send it to me in the chat. Okay.
It's really getting your insights and things, and you've got fast stuff.
7, brother. It was great seeing you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
I really enjoyed it. I'll do it. Love to do it again sometime. Have you on my show sometime if you like.
Dude, yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. Let me know. We're kind of close in time zone, so it can work out for us. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, let's make it happen then. Definitely.
For sure, man. Come by anytime, brother.
Thanks. Good to see you again. Fast, Abdoul.
Yeah, you too, 7. Take care, man.
Make some noise, pups. Good night, 7.
Keep letting print again, bro.
All right.
This looks like this might be what you were talking about right now with what's going on with Bitcoin. Do you think this is the answer?
A 346% liquidation imbalance. Exactly what happened today is Bitcoin flushed 52 million in longs against 50 million in shorts, flipping sentiment and price direction without any macro trading, which is going far in one direction. Initial result was dramatic and source 55 clear price privilege. Oh yeah, that's a pretty big imbalance. That's a lot of longs to shorts, man. That's crazy. That many people are long. Jeez.
But like maybe it was like just a imbalance correcting itself type situation.
Yeah,
right? Like
it's a lot of leverage. People really convinced it breaks out. Maybe that tells me that we don't break out and we don't dump. We just maybe slide a little and go sideways more. Kind of like this chart I was drawing way back in February. Do I still have it? Yeah, when I was drawing this. Now, sure, I drew us a little lower than we are, but it's pretty damn close, you know? Like, it's pretty uncanny. Like, yeah, obviously I missed this turn here. We made down, but, you know, for doing this a couple months ago, maybe it even goes longer, right? Maybe we keep going, really don't make anybody happy, keep everybody miserable. Possible. We got FOMC coming on May 7th, so still a lot of uncertainty. And markets don't like that, so everyone's freaking out. And it is what it is.
I feel like Trump's done his what seemed to me like an intentional dump of the market with all the tariff things that he's now paused, intentionally pumping the market. And I would wonder if more news comes out with that, like additional narratives that pump the market.
Yeah. I mean, anything could happen. Like maybe they crushed the longs and maybe it is going to pump now. You know, when we're going to make a move from here, like obviously got rid of shorts, they got to get rid of longs if they're going to dump it. I think maybe it's just sideways. We'll see what happens, man. I'll be willing to jump on stream tomorrow too, if it's really crazy. Cool. But if nothing's going to happen till the beginning of May, which is another crazy possibility, that maybe because of the uncertainty, everyone's going to like just do really not much of anything till May 7th, which is crazy, but could be. We could easily tread water for a while longer, which is, you got to always remember, sideways is still an option. You can go up, down, or always sideways. It's a possibility. Then everybody should get some rest. But things are looking good. Don't go to sleep on shit. You know, these are great DCA areas. You know, you can always pick up more. There's deals. But I'd be ready for anything. That's what I'll say. I don't really have a very strong bias right here. I'm kind of like, okay, what's going to happen?
Yeah, we don't have confirmation yet, right? Like that it's, that it's up only.
Right. Let's go to turn on that moon thing last time here. Oh, here it is.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, is this already the low for that moon, or are we gonna come back and meet it again, right? And then we pump usually into these. So a pump's probably coming. But you can see you can see this one here, how there was, but it was in between. You know, the low. It was kind of in between. We could have one of those here, right? unless that was the low right there.
What kind of bullish news would give us a pump, right? Like it would pump it back up over 100K. Like, what do people need to hear? Because I feel like there's a lot of bullish news, like generally speaking, with like Trump hiring a guy that's like pro Bitcoin and so on and so forth to run the SEC. Like, you know, like we have bullish news, but we're still don't have all the buyers. So,
Here's
yeah,
the problem. If we continuously get bullish news and we just go sideways, that's not a good sign. That's like when you're at the bottom of the bear market and you're getting bearish news and the price won't go down, that's a bottom. And if we're getting constant bullish news and we're not pumping, that means that's not good. But
when you run out of bears, the bull market's over, right?
Yeah. Because we've been getting bullish news for Bitcoin and alts and everything, and not great. But let's see what happens. It looks like we're going to rally tomorrow. Everything's going to open in the green, that's for sure. So keep my hopes up. What's up, Hexagon Lost in Asia? What's going on, man? I want to start wrapping up here, man. You want to close us with something?
No, I was really just jumping on to say hi. Yeah, see what get caught up. I literally just didn't touch my computer till just now. And I turned it on and bang, you're on the screen.
I'm on the screen.
So here we are.
Damn, views are going up right now like crazy, but not likes. You know what that means, pups. Smash it. Hope you guys got some alpha tonight on the show. It was awesome. Totally chill stream. Some great guests all through the night. You guys go follow Crypto Princess, Crypto 7, Fast Abdoul, and take care of yourselves, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. Easter's coming up. Easter represents resurrection, okay? There was a certain person who was put to rest, and he came back. He came back after his dark night of the soul, after he was tried and tortured and beaten down. But he rose again. It was a resurrection. He came back, risen anew and fresh. Maybe something's coming. Maybe something like that's coming, man. Maybe it's time for us to rise. Let's pray for the best. Either way, let's pray for the best, no matter what. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thanks for the super chat, Crypto Arty, everyone, for your likes, for hanging out, for being awesome. I don't know. We'll see you this week. Good seeing you, Fast. Great seeing you, man. Awesome. You guys are amazing. Keep it rolling, pups. Keep those likes coming. I'm seeing them. Sweet. All right.